lead in a very, very fast start to a day. The last couple of days has been a little bit more sort of, on the back foot from the very beginning of every single map. So it's really nice to see us jumping out to a lead here, especially on a map that can generally be seen as a defensive-sided one. So hopefully that is a pretty good perspective on the difference between days 1, 2, and 3, and looking to see a little bit more of day 3 on day 4 today.
মানে সেই ইসে খেলা যায় এটা সিএস এর অবশ্য
ওই রেখেছি
And there you have it, guys. Breakdown was incredible hearing that from Elevated himself. And I love to see these little nuances, honestly, when you go into a round, and it gives a little bit of an idea of what global esports and the coaches are working on. And I think this also really shows what we can expect for the year of 2025 from global as well. I think last year was a pretty transparent year. I think this year even more transparency, and I'm really excited to see how, the community will react to global esports growth as well as success.
Yeah, I'm expecting Elevated to actually bring in so much team as well. We've heard from Juvenile himself as well as Elevated's mind. Elevated mentioned this in one of when he was on the desk on day 1 that he's actually tried and almost watched every single game that has ever been played in a professional capacity across every region.
আমার এ নিবি ওই লেওড়া না আমার এটা নিবি কি বলে আর্মটা নিবি আমি এটা আর্ম নেব করছি নতুন আমার আর্মটা টেবিলের জন্য হচ্ছে না ঠিক
I thought I was insane watching all the matches. I thought Sliggy was insane. Really props to these coaches. But regardless, other than coaches, we should also hear from the players themselves. The one who is playing. You have Papi Chulo coming.
ও যদি না আমার টাকা লাগবে না তুই জাস্ট নিয়ে নি ভাই বলছি
to have a chat with him.
স্বাগতকে জিজ্ঞাসা আমার লাগবে না
স্বাগতকে দিয়ে কি হবে স্বাগত তোরাই কাজ করে
ফ্রিতেই দিচ্ছিস তখন আমাকে দিয়ে আমার আরেকটা মোটর আছে লাগিয়ে দেবো তাহলে
কটা মোটর লাগাবে তুমি
তো আছে একটা লাগিয়ে দেবো 3টে
আমি গরিবদের দিগো বড় লোকদের দিই না বলো তোর আগে মনিটর লাগবে তোর আর্ম লাগবে না
Congratulations for making it here. And number 2, I would like to know, you've played a few matches.
Guys,
how has the progression
পক করে লাইক করতে হবে না পক করে পোদ মারা যায় লাইক করা যায় না
এই দেখো তোমাকে একটা দিয়েছি ওটা ওই লিংকটা খোলো
to join Pacific this year?
এই মাগিটাই
I'm so excited to join this.
একটা লাইভটা দাও আরে ভাই শোন একটা কথা বলি এটা তো সফটওয়্যারের প্রবলেম নয়
Improving
করোনা ব্যাং
game and fixing our mistakes and
খেয়ে নেবে নাকি তোমার পিসি
for the future games we're going to be able to crush the other teams.
কস করছে মুখটা কিসি দেওয়ার জন্য দিতে পারছে আরে এই যে কেটা বতন আছে না বেশ ঘরে হোয়াটএভার দ্যাট থিং ইজ গরু সিঁদুরে মেঘে দেখলে পালায় এই ওসব তোমার আচ্ছা তুই যে আমাকে এটা বললি
you are just all over the place. So how has the dynamic changed?
তাতে আমি একটা জিনিস করতে পারবো না এটা হচ্ছে কালার অ্যাডজাস্টমেন্ট
in Aorus.
মাস্কিং করবে
In Aorus we can plays individually and sometimes we play systematically. Here in GE we use a lot of teamwork.
এটা কোন GE?
I think it's better to use teamwork because every day your individual is not that good. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good.
তুমি কি কখনো নিজেকে প্রশ্ন করেছো তুমি পারবে
Papi, I did want to ask you about
কখনো নিজেকে প্রশ্ন করেছো তুমি কি পারবে
in terms of playing the agents. Now Astra was something you used to play way back when, but you've been playing it a lot more now, and that agent, Juve really believes that it's a great agent and is a good substitute for the Omen. How do you feel about playing Astra in place of Omen?
আবার ডুমন হাসি দাও
I think Astra is
একটা আইসোর সামনে দিয়ে একটা পেকে নাইফ করে চলে এসেছে ও তাকিয়ে আছে আমার দিকে
way back then she only has 4 stars, so the recall part
কি খেলা হচ্ছে কোন টুর্নামেন্ট খেলা হচ্ছে
right now
কেন হচ্ছে জিজ্ঞেস কর আগে আমরা সেটাই প্রশ্ন নেই
All right, so here's
my
final
question
for you. So I think for a while now you've been playing in tier 2 for a while, right? So now that you're in tier 1, how big is the jump in terms of learning and adaptation? Is it huge or are you adapting just fine?
I'm adapting just fine, and I can see the difference between tier 1 and tier 2.
চিৎকার আমি করব না তো কে করবে? কালকে চুপ করে দিয়েছিল একটা ম্যাচ দেখেছিল তো কেমন প্রবলেম হচ্ছিল খেলতে?
I like these challenges, yeah.
Yeah, very excited.
এটা বলিনি
আমাকে একটু মজা মারতে
আরে আমি বলছি শোন না তুই
is going to be of course the new patch came out yesterday. Tell me what's the best thing about the patch for you and what's the worst thing about the patch? What did you like?
এর থেকে বেটার ইয়ে খেলা হচ্ছে কেন বলে চ্যালেঞ্জার্স ওশেনিয়া ওই খেলা দেখে নেবো অনেক ভালো
The Gen Shield?
কোনটা থেকে
The Gen Shield, yeah.
You like it?
বাহ
Yeah, I like it.
সুন্দর ছেলে আমি দারুণ
The enemy
দারুণ
has outlaw,
সেরা
I don't think it's
তাই
a
না?
good
Oh my
idea.
ওই ঘাড় মেরেছে
Yeah.
And what's the one thing about the patch that you didn't like?
প্লে দেখে মাইনক্রাফটটা খেলে এখন
Huh.
কাস্টম ক্যাজুয়াল
What I
কম্পিটিটিভ
didn't like.
মাইনক্রাফটে কমপ্লিট করছিস নাকি
Nothing,
No?
I guess.
আরে না আরে মা
All right, you like the patch?
Yes,
All right,
both.
okay, that's
Two
nice. A man who was
তোমরা কি আগে খেলতে নাকি CS2
আমি কি আজ পর্যন্ত খেলিনি
তাহলে আমি আজকে রাতে জয়েন করছি
and we'll be seeing you
তোরা
hopefully.
CS:GO খেলিসনি
না
না ফাক মেইন জিনিসই মিস করে গেছিস গাইস
Dang.
তখন
when you
একদম
look at
গিয়াদা
Bobby
বার্তা
Sholo, I
ছিল
think for me personally, because I did cast him in 2022,
না যখন
to see his
CS
growth is
আসে তখন
incredible.
আমরা
Coming in from a team that it
আরে
felt
তোমরা
বাবা,
হয়তো তখন আমার
like
এরিয়ে
a
ছিলে
lot of
না
reliance
আমার
toward him, right? And now he has a
point.
team that supports him. It must be such a different dynamic for him.
মাটা যাবো কোথায়
Yeah, of course, he's been in the Philippines for so long. He's, played with this now side, pretty extensively.
যদি না হয়
Good
তাহলে আমি
chemistry
জিওতে
with
করে
them
দিই আর
back in the day
বাকিটা
as well,
কিছু
Ascensions
করে
as
দেবো
well. 2 different Ascensions that he's been able to play on.
আমার মনে হয় না কোন একটা
You
এই
have
মিসিং
to
হয়ে গেছে
consider
তো
the
ফাইল
fact
মিসিং
that
হয়ে
this
গেছে তো
man has worked his behind off to get to this place right now, and he can see the difference. He mentioned that it is a little overwhelming, of course, because you have so much more intricate details that go into this, because now you don't have any sort of safety net per se.
এখানে মানুষ মিসিং
where
হয়ে
you
যাচ্ছে
can just kind of not do so well, and maybe 1 or 2 games it's okay, but on this level you're gonna have to perform, and he's been that consistent guy. Back
আচ্ছা এটাকে এটা কি
he
পুরো
was
ক্র্যাকই
the
দিলি তো
highest rated player, I think, across any tournament whatsoever they've played. He's been the most
দেখো
consistent.
তোমার
He's
ইসের
the clutch
মেগার
game, everybody
মনে
knows
তোর
that.
মনে পড়ছে
He's
তোমার
proven
ইয়ের
that
ফাইল
in
হ্যাঁ
G as
মিডিয়া
well for the
ফায়ারের
past 2
ফাইল
days.
আছে
He's
ডাউনলোড
had
করে
some
নাও
pretty insane clutches as well, and I'm excited to see how he's going to progress as we head into
চলেছে
Okay, Universe, I really want to question you. I mean, you work very closely with Global
automatic
Esports,
file download
obviously.
about
So,
Lightroom classic
coming
downloading
into this season as well, right? I think this is a big shift as well. You have coaches from Americas come through. You have players from Philippines as well as DOS9 from Kazakhstan. So like what's the dynamic like that you've seen? I mean, obviously for most part, I think APAC has an APAC mindset. Americas has an Americas
blurry আসছে কেন guys?
Let's just ask
Fear malna
things, because why would I ask you, right?
Fear মারিতে এত ইউজ করতাম
Juvenile. I'm sorry, Universe.
আরে মাগিটা একজন মারছে
Okay, 10 seconds to go. Okay, you know what? I got too excited here. But you know what? One word to describe it.
No, I'm not giving you anything. We're just gonna go ahead.
Come on, Universe.
Sorry.
It's alright. I'm pretty sure Jimmy's got some words.
Yeah, he probably has something. Hi, Juvenile.
Hey guys.
Okay,
how you guys doing?
So you know what? I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. You know what, Universe? I'm excited. Usually they never.
দেখাই তো তোদের আমার যে বাজে ছবি তুলি তার রিভিউটা দে তোরা
Thank you. I feel so honored.
কি বলিস
Okay, so Juvenile, I'm so sorry, Universe. I'm gonna.
না ঠিকই বলেছিস রে রক্তিম কোনো এর হচ্ছে না আমি এই সব ব্যাপার রক্তিমকে পুরো ট্রাস্ট করি রক্তিমের কথা আমি ল্যাক করছে না ভাই
এটা কেন
and now you just hop in, and I think you've done quite a bit as well in America.
এটা কেন
Here in
তুই
APAC. I mean, obviously
তোর জন্য আমি 10,000 টাকা খরচ করে
ভাই কেন হচ্ছে না আমি বুঝতে পারছি না
into Global Esports, and I'm sure
দেখি
there's a
স্ট্যান্ডার্ড
lot
সাইজ
of
প্রিভিউ ফর অল
challenges
ফটোস
you had to face, coming into this team. So share with me a little bit that you faced so far in terms of mentality from Americas shifting to APAC. I cannot hear you.
I think you're muted.
Thank you রক্তিম ভাই
Yeah, you're good now. I think you're good now.
Good now? Okay, they muted me because I didn't touch it.
Awesome.
So you guys had me muted. Alright. So yeah. The changes, not me, but the changes that have been happening from NA to APAC. I was head coach for the APAC region for a while with Orglis, with mentioning split one of challenges last year. And so I already knew the mindset of the players, how it was to coach players in APAC.
মাঝখান থেকে যদি দেখো আমার আওয়াজ আসছে না কিংবা একটা আওয়াজ
so yeah, like I was really excited for the move. There hasn't really been many challenges besides
কাকিমাকে বলে রেখেছো তো কাঁধে কাঁধে ডাকতে হবে
outside of that, man, everything's been amazing. Everything's been perfect.
কি হয়েছে
স্যাব ভাই বলছে অফিসে
we've
বসে
seen across the last 3 days, there's been a lot
বাবা তাহলে রাত্রিবেলা তুহিন কি করে
ups as well. Yesterday
স্যাব ভাই তাহলে তুমি তুহিনকে তো জানো না আমার তো না তাও স্টার্টআপ কিছু হবে না তুহিনের তো এমএনসি পুরো চুদে রেখে দেয়
at least in terms of the team stature, right? They just came up to a fresh win in the
ভাই
তুমি যদি ঘুরে এমএনসি কে এমএনসি কি বলে এমএনসি
গাইস এবার থেকে তোমরা যারা ফ্লাই দুবাইতে ট্রাভেল করবে তারা একটুখানি সামলে পরে বলো অফ স্ট্রিম বলো তুই দেখো ঝুন রাখো সামলে.
Yeah, I think we scrimmed them once or twice. Obviously they're really good. They played SVG really close, and I don't know if you guys have known, but I think I rated SVG very high. So the fact that they played SVG very close in Ascension, I mean, obviously they're going to be very good, even with 2 changes. I don't think it's necessarily
যে কোম্পানি প্রজেক্ট করেছে কোম্পানিকে মাঝে মাঝে উড়িয়ে
yeah, I'm expecting a good match. I expect them to play to the similar level as Nousted, to be honest.
আমি এমিরেটস ট্রাভেল করব ভাই
ব্যাস.
All right, so I'm curious to see kind of coming through. I think
ভাই দেখ সস্তায় সুন্দর ইন্ডিগোতে ট্রাভেল করি ইন্ডিগোতে কিছু করবি না ঠিক আছে
ভালো কোম্পানি একটা
যাই কোম্পানি হোক সস্তায় কিনে যাবে
এয়ারোস্টেস গুলো ভালো না ভাই এয়ারোস্টেস গুলো আমাকে ভালো লাগে সুন্দর কথা বলে ডাকলে জল দেয়
জলই তো দিবে আর কিছু দিবে না
Yeah, I mean, it's not the mechanical skill of tier 2 is just as good as tier 1. There's multiple times, but the gap between tier 2 and tier 1 is not that
Twinকে তো অফারও দিয়েছিল
Everyone can shoot heads.
ম্যাগি খাওয়ার
It's very easy. Aiming is very easy in this game, and so the difference in aim between tier 2 and tier 1 is not that large. The biggest difference is
hello hello
man. That's something that we
শোনা যাচ্ছে
বল না
ये স্যাব ভাই বলছে তুই দা বাঁচক দিয়ে অফিসের ল্যাপটপ দেখা ডান্তার দিয়ে রেজার আন
being proactive on defense, all these kind of things. That's something that they're all getting used to improve at. I mean, they're learning and they're picking up new stuff every single day, and I feel like
हिंदी की बोलेगा तो
की से रहे
as we continue to get those things down, it becomes second nature.
इंग्लिश से लेजी आई बोले
the biggest thing is like
ना इंग्लिश स्कोइंग डिवीजन बोले
still when you're under pressure and not defaulting into more of an individual.
ना नु दाई ना की बोले
Can't say that word. Individual. I can't say that word.
भेंगा बोले
got it.
না কি একটা নিয়ে কথা বলছিল কি সে তুনকে ম্যাগি খাওয়ার অফার দিয়েছিল
না ওটা হয়ে গেছে
ওটা একটু বল আমি শুনি আমি এখন আমি বসে ভাত খাচ্ছি
ওই ভাত কেন তারপরে
তুই ভাত খা এসব শুনলে আর ভাত খাওয়ার মুড আসবে না
তারপর ম্যাগি খেতে ইচ্ছা করবে কি দরকার
So I'm going to ask you, are we going to see
জলটা
another
নিয়ে
curveball like yesterday where you outright
না
ban Sunset picked a
এই জলই খাইয়েছিল
going to be something that you continue to
খেতে সাদা
trends on?
Yeah, I mean, you have to wait and see. You're about to find out in like 2 seconds. But yeah, we'll be, I don't know. We're open to playing every map. I told you, we don't have a ban, so, we're definitely open to playing any map, and whatever the map pool is, we're going to be ready. No excuses.
Okay, so you mentioned that you don't have a permaban, and I am really curious.
নতুন বাড়িতে গেলে ক্যাবিনেটটা চেঞ্জ করব
A single map, and what's the?
ঠিক আছে তারগুলো সব বড় বড় তার কিনবো 5 মিটার
Really, it takes about 3-4 days.
ওই তো বললাম না ইন্ডাস্ট্রি S6
Yeah, to get the basics down, to get your basics down, to have a little thing, but for an entire map pool, for us to be ready on the entire map pool, for us to have all our protocols down, for us to have everything down.
ওই কি আর কিছু জিনিস নেই মুখে নেওয়া এই নেওয়া হ্যাঁ
Pretty set as far
তাহলে তোর কি মনে হয় এটা বলে আপনার থেকে নিয়ে কুল মনে হয়
what we want to do no matter what happens.
এই তো না তুমি রিভিল করে দিচ্ছ
নিনজাদা বগল বগল চুল কি একাকার করতেছিস ওসব তো ভাই নিনজাদা যদি ওইসব না করে তাহলে নিনজাদা হবে না
ওটা শুধু নিনজাদা না দ্যাট ইজ দ্য নিনজাদাস বেঙ্গলিস পার্ট ওকে ওটা হচ্ছে বেঙ্গলে
হ্যালো জুবি
নিতাম কি এটাকে
আরে ভাই এখানে আটকে
তবে সেদিনকে তুহিন যেটা করেছিল কি রে আর কিছু নেই একটা চামচটা চাটতে ভাই আমার যা ফানি লেগেছিল আরে গামলা লাইটটা দাও দেখি তো দেখি ঠিক আছে হাগাটাই দেখবো
moving to the most important part of today's game, the map.
দুটো 8000 সেন্ড করতে দিতে হবে
This is going to be
কোন রে রকম
this is going to be heads.
ঘুমিয়েছিস কটা
Who's going to call? I'm going to let the two of you decide who will call this one.
Let the visitors do it every single time. I'm good with that.
Okay, perfect. Six fingers, what do you call? Heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails it is. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to band first or just select the side?
I'm gonna ban.
কোন দিক যাবো ভাই?
You want to ban second. So the first ban goes to. Okay, the ban goes to Juvenile from Global Esports.
Green.
Yeah, we're gonna ban Pearl.
বলো
Pearl is now banned.
নিনজা ইরিটেট হচ্ছে
Six fingers, go ahead. You're
নিনজাদা
banned.
ইরিটেট হচ্ছে এটা বালের সো ওয়াইস সেটিং
Sunset is banned by
আরে
Boom.
এখন তো অফিসিয়াল ওয়াচ পার্টি দেয় এখন
Joey,
দেখতে
you
হবে
pick.
Take a set.
ও অফিশিয়াল স্ট্রিমার বলতে
Pick Ascent.
আর আমি খেয়ে আসি
Six fingers aside on Ascent.
আর আলু পোস্ত ভাত খেয়ে আসি
Defending.
Yes.
Defending. Okay, defending. You go for defending. Perfect.
এই স্লেট
বল
Next map pick.
120
বল
নাকি
কমান্ড গুলো বল না বাড়াটা
হ্যাঁ বলছি আরে আমি একটা কাজ করছি দাদা
You're gonna go for split. Perfect. Split picked by Boom. Jui, what's going to be the side? G's going to be playing it starting at
Split defense.
split defense. Okay, next ban, guys. Come on, Jui, your ban.
Let's ban Abyss.
Okay, Abyss is banned. Final two map remain.
Oh my
Which one are you going to ban?
Ban Haven.
Matrix,
Okay,
welcome to the
you're
stream.
banning Haven.
Lot of
That leaves us
স্টার্ট হলো বুম স্পোর্টস এর তাড়াতাড়ি বল
না কোনো start নেই।
fine. Perfect.
জানে
I'm
তো
going to see
হেরে
you
যাবে
with the
সেই জন্য
casters
পর শুরু
shortly.
করবে
Best luck for the games.
আবার
Bye-bye.
অফিসিয়াল
Casters,
স্ট্রিম
take it away.
Bye, guys.
আর বাংলা কোনো কোডেড ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ নয় যে লোকে ধরতে পারবে
একটা
জি নুব তাপড়া ওলা জি নুব
You guys happy with that map? Pool?
I mean,
জি
I'm
ফাইটিং
happy.
লাস্ট
I mean, it's
I
the
mean,
exact
universe-
same one.
এই
from
মস্ত করে কথা
yesterday,
বলছে
right?
তারা
We've got a sense split
Jeep.
bind.
I can't make teams pick maps.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I was actually expecting Boom to pick bind, right? So them picking split is an interesting one because I don't think they've played split.
আমি একটা
so
নাম
much
আনলাম
in
বুঝলি
this
স্লেয়ার
roster.
বিয়প ওয়াটার
Uh,
এটার
but
বিয়পটা
Jimmy,
বেশ
all the
স্মুথ
best
হচ্ছে
once again. I'm hoping
আরেকটা
to
নামই
see the
ওটার হচ্ছে না
exact
কেন
same
বাড়াটা
performance as today,
এই
as
মারা
yesterday,
চুপ কর না
as
ঠিক আছে
today.
সিএস খেলবি
So,
বাঞ্চত
all the best
হ্যাঁ
to the
ওটাই তো
team as well. Good
খেলছি
luck.
বেড়ে এখান থেকে বাঞ্চত ছেলে
Bye, bye, guys.
Good luck.
তোমরে
Thank you.
সিএস ইজ
Oh man, I'm
Aorus
excited. So
is-
this is my first
Edum,
time
তোর,
playing
Steam
here
account
to
আছে?
play. So
Yeah.
I have seen their games. I
ওটাতে
have a
আছে
bit of
তোর
idea what to
condition zero?
expect. So
মানে সেটা কি
honestly,
জিনিস
looking at
I guess
zero. I guess
the
নেই।
universe.
এটা কবেকার গেম বলতো
I am expecting
সেটা
Global
জিনিসটা
Esports
গেমে
to
সেটাই
play
জানি না
as they did yesterday as well. They
Counter
played
Strike
that
condition.
really well.
ইয়ে
They've
তোর
got a
ওই
great
কি
idea
বলে
about it. I think
হাফ
Global
লাইফ ডেথ
Esports
ম্যাচ
must
2
have
খেলবি কেউ জি ফাইটিং
বাহ
improving, their game
হাফ
yesterday,
লাইফ
but I still feel like
এখানে ফুল লাইফ জুতে পড়ে আছে
game style is going to be difficult.
হাফ লাইফ খেলতে বলছে
How they played, they played a push and pull system.
ফুল লাইফে কিছু থাকলে কন্টাক্ট করিস
Contact burst and then, you know,
এই
using
ফস্টারদার
the
কমেন্টটা
map
কেন
to
রিমুভ
kind
হয়ে
of
গেল হ্যালো
confuse the team.
আমি করে দিলাম
Really well.
ভালো
He
লাগছিল না আমার
knows how
হে
to
বাবা।
work, and he's given the team great instructions to do it as well.
বলছে
তুই
টক্সিক
গায়া
পাক
গোস্টে নিয়ে নেবো
বলছে টক্সিক পাক একটা ডুম দেখ
I was mistaken.
এই
ও
এই
আচ্ছা
তুই
তুমি কি
গো-
ক্যাপসে লিখছো বলে রিমুভ করে দিচ্ছ অল ক্যাপসে লিখছো বলে জানি না
এই শোন না বলছি গায়া গোস্টে নিয়ে নেবো তুই
তুই গান ফানা যা আছে সব নিয়ে নেবে আমি আই ডোন্ট কেয়ার
ভাই ভাই টাকা দে তোর ক্রেডিট কার্ডটা দে আমি তো পরে মাসে দিয়ে দিচ্ছি
So it's
No.
going to be an interesting split map.
আর দে দে
আজ রাত
আমার
কাল
লিমিটটা
বাকি
আমার লিমিটটা ক্রস করে গেছে তুই কি আমার হেল্প করবি না আমি তো বলছি তোকে দিয়ে দেবো ভাই
বিয়প ওয়াটার নাম
তুই শুধু ওটিপিটা দিয়ে দে তাহলেই হবে তোর কার্ড আমার অ্যাড করা আছে
Coming again, I mean, in a day, right? We
OTP
can make as
লাগে
many
না।
comparisons as you would.
ওটিপি লাগে রে এখন
But it's still a pretty
লাগে
much
না।
different
পড়ে গেছি।
roster. It's still
ভাই,
not going to be
কিছুদিন
the
আগে
same. There's a
transaction
lot
করলাম
of
OTP
adaptations
লাগবে।
that's changed since then.
ইন্টারন্যাশনাল
And I think
ট্রানজাকশন অন নেই তোর ওই জন্য
if
ওটিপি
you
লাগে
guys did catch them play Predator League Indonesia, I
তুইন্দা
think it's
বলো
also
আমি
very
তোকে
exciting to
শেরিফ
see
দেবো
what they
নিবি
use it for, because for a while now, if you guys
কি
watch
হয়েছে
Ultra
মানে?
Ego
তুই
versus
শেরিফ
Boom,
নিবি
it's
কি
always
আমার?
been very close. There are moments where Ultra Ego would come
বালের
out.
সেরিভ একটা আয়ন
This time
সেরিভ
it
একটা
didn't even feel close, if I'm being honest.
তুই ধরতে পারলি
ভালো
না।
সেরিভ
Yeah, you know,
সেটাই,
it was
तुम
a
समझे
little,
नहीं।
you know,
तुम
tough
बहुत
end.
समझ गए माता
I'm,
चो
I'm, I'm, I'm okay with that because Boom Esports have been playing
এই অফিশিয়াল স্ট্রিমারের
really
পুরো
well.
কত বলে দিচ্ছে
The
রে।
I mean, honestly, it's just a roster.
আর এরা আবার নাকি নেক্সট টাইম আমাকে স্টিম রাইটস দেবে মানে
হ্যাঁ
It's not just about
বলে
roster,
চুষে যা
দিলো তো।
but dynamic.
রুচি ভাই বলে চুষে যা
Last year, right? They were collecting
ওই দেখ
all the
অফিশিয়াল
super
স্ট্রিমারকে দেখ
players,
ভাষা দেখ
put them on the team, everyone's
কি ভাই
ঠিকই আছে ভাই, তোর যেরকম তোর সাবস্ক্রাইবার সব সেরকম।
সাবস্ক্রাইবার না, মডারেটর।
এই দেখ বালের মডারেটর।
এই ভাই এই এবার এই শালা সব কমেন্ট ডিলিট করব।
এই দাঁড়া, এবার আমি একটা নতুন ইমোজি অ্যাড করব। হ্যাঁ, লর্ডেকা মডারেটর।
ভাই যে করবে, আমি বলে রাখছি, ওটা যে করবে তাকে ব্যান দেবো। যা, এত বড় কথা বললাম। তারপরে কি করবি তুই? মডারেটরটাকে হাঁটিয়ে দিবি, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। আমি তো মডারেটর থাকবো না, যাকে বারে বলতে যায় আসে না। লর্ডেকা মডারেটর তুই অ্যাড কর।
নতুন ইমোজি আসছে গাইস, লর্ডেকা মডারেটর।
তুই লাগা না ওটা, তুই লাগা না। নয় তুই আমাকে মডারেটর থেকে হাঁটাবি, নয় যে ওটা স্ল্যাম করবে তে ব্যান খাবে, যে কোনো একটা। যা।
আরে সিলভার এটা দাও না, লাইভটা দাও না একটু দেখি।
কে আমি?
দেখ
ওরা না হলো বলছি।
আমি তো একটা স্টেজেই পারছি না রে।
আরে দাও না বালটা।
বলছে স্যাব ভাই বলছে ওরা না হয় বলছে, তুমি আগে নিজেকে দেখো। আরে সেটাই ভাই, আমি কি বলবো। ফ্যামিলি ফ্রেন্ডলির পোঁদি মেরে দিচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ ভাই, ওরা যে বললাম শুধু ফুল।
এই তো
ওই যে বললাম শুধু এই ডুম বল এবার। বুমটা কি টিয়ার 1 টিয়ার 2 কেমন টিম?
বুম ভালো টিম।
আরেকবার বুমকেই হারিয়েছিল না এই ভিজিটে?
বুম তো চান্স পেলো একটাই কারণে, এটা চুদুর বুদুর করলো।
আরে আমার কথা ব্লিড না, আমি বলছি যে বুমটা কি তো হারিয়েছিল ভিসিডি তে জি একবার।
হ্যাঁ
এই একবারই।
ওরা কি ইচ্ছা করে তাদের কি? আরে ভাই অফিসিয়াল এসব বলে। আমি নিজের ইন্টিউটিভ থটটাকে কন্ট্রোল করতে পারছি না।
কন্ট্রোল করতে হবে না।
Let them be free.
আরে ভাই
ওটা আবার শকডাট মারছে, বাঞ্চোত ছেলে। তোর শকডাটের বন্ধ মারছে। দাঁড়া,
এখানে এটা কেন দিয়েছে?
শুরু হয়ে গেছে ডুম।
দাঁড়া।
And I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to, because even without those abilities that Julius has, one thing that this new GE roster has is that
guys like মারতে হবে একটু।
মেরে দিয়েছি, কমেন্ট করতে ইচ্ছা হলো না।
একটা হাই লিখে চলে যা।
এই স্লে জিরো গ্র্যাভিটির ইয়েটা কি রে জানিস?
জিরো গ্র্যাভিটি
240 ভেলোসিটি তো।
হ্যাঁ
240
কি জানিস রে? এসবি নাকি কি? এমনি লিখলে হবে?
না এমনি লিখলে হবে না। আরে কি ছিল কমেন্টটা? দাঁড়া,
এসবি গ্র্যাভিটি গ্র্যাভিটি 800 করা, ওটা কত করবে?
240 কর।
His team overall covered because of the space that he was able to provide for them every time dashing into the side. He took the attention on him for just about enough time. Feel uncomfortable. Boom are gonna stick to the usual. They're gonna go for that,
200 maybe.
It is the meta comp. We're gonna have the Cypher Omen. And of course followed up with famous Jet and famous Zine. Of course he is an extremely good player. Can't Patrick stand up to এটা একটু পার করে দেব বুঝছিস তো?
Yeah, I mean for famous as well coming in, I think for a while now watching him, and I've loved seeing his growth. He's a very I would say dynamic player. He started to pick up a lot more new duelists as well. His performance in Ascension was phenomenal. The way he takes up space, the aggression he puts in, and if there was one word that I could describe Boom Esports if I watched when I watched them during Ascension, is that they are the type of team that are very not only aggressive, but they're almost like a bull.
লোকটা ইয়ে পাঠাচ্ছি,
লোকে কত স্মুথলি করে আর একে দেয় করে।
দাঁড়া না আমি
এই হেজা তোমার প্রাইম অ্যাকাউন্ট?
হ্যাঁ প্রাইম
Ascent is here. Boom Esports.
ও প্রাইম, আমার প্রাইম। তার দুটো প্রাইম
কাজ করে দে, জিরো করে দে, প্রান্ত থেকে প্রান্ত চলে।
কোনো প্রাইম অ্যাকাউন্ট থাকলে আমাকে একটু দে না ভাই।
না ওগুলো তো দেওয়া যাবে না।
ওই দেখ একবারই পার করে।
হ্যাকার
পুরো স্কিপ করে দাও না, পুরোটা স্কিপ করে দাও।
হ্যাকার হ্যাঁ ভাই।
এবার ঠিক আছে। ভাই এত বড় বড় এগুলো কিভাবে জাম্প করবো, আমি তো পারি না। তুমি মাইনক্রাফটে পার্কোর খেলোনি?
মাইনাসে চলে যাবে এবার।
ভাইরে দেখো,
আরে এটা ভেলোসিটিটা ইয়ে করতে হবে, চেঞ্জ করতে হবে, তাহলে কি বলতো একটা ব্লক থেকে একটা ব্লকে তুই সেই বুঝে তোকে বেরোতে পারবি, বাট ওটা মাথায় রাখতে হবে। হ্যাঁ চেঞ্জ করতে হবে ওটা, আর ইয়ে ওটা মাথায় রেখে করতে হবে যে এই এখান থেকে এই ব্লক এতটা দূর, এবার তোকে সেই বুঝে
এই
কিন্তু এটাতে দেখ এরকম
খেলাটা দেখ ভাই,
বলো
ডুম ডুম খেলাটা দেখ ভাই। ডেডলক নাকি সিটিতে ওয়াল করে যাবে রোটেশনে ভাই, গাঁড় ভেঙে দিয়েছে।
দাঁড়া এটা একটু বড় কমপ্লিট করে নে।
বাবা কি মারছে ভাই,
আরে আমি কি জলে পড়বো?
Quick indeed. That B split with that wall down towards the spawn region to just delay. You can't even go for the pistol bullets.
ডেডলক বাফ হয়ে গেছে হ্যাঁ ভাই, আমরা ওই জন্য ডেডলক নিয়ে গেছি।
So much time and bullets for
ডেডলক বাফ হয়নি, মানে বেসিক্যালি আগে যে ছেড়ে যেত তখন ছাড়বে না, কিন্তু ইয়েকে কি বলে তোর কি বলে ক্লুদাকে বলতে হবে যে তুমি ডেডলক আলটা প্র্যাকটিস করো, মা ডেডলক আলটা ধরতে পারছে না।
তোমরা কোথায় যেন খেলা, অ্যাসেন্ট না বাইন্ড?
বাইন্ড
অ্যাসেন্টটা দেখে আমি নিজেই।
কি
হচ্ছিল কিছু তো একটা হচ্ছিল, দেখ এতটা নন স্টপ এসছি।
এই রহন
এইবার তো হবে না, এবার কেন হবে না?
ক্যালানি খাবে, ক্যালানি খাবে, কেলি ক্যালানি
চিটার।
বাবা আজকে তো
এইটুকুনি স্পেস দিলে একটা মানুষ কিভাবে যাবে? আচ্ছা বুঝেছি, এখানে স্লাইড করে এটা জাম্প করে ওটাই স্লাইড,
এক্সেপ্ট রো সবাই মেম্বার।
কত প্রো হলে এই তো হয়েছে।
minute that drone goes out, it's gonna be Crystal and 3 more suppressed here, but Global Esports quick to run in once again. That wall causing trouble for him. He's gonna knock out here with the puck, and in they go.
Oh, that's so quick.
তাহলে প্রাইম অ্যাকাউন্টটা নরমাল ম্যাচ খেলতে পারবে না?
হ্যাঁ প্রিমিয়ার খেলতে পারবে না খালি।
হ্যাঁ প্রিমিয়ার কিনতে হবে তাই না?
প্রিমিয়ার মানে ওই ইয়ে প্রাইমটা কিনতে হয়, তাহলে প্রিমিয়ার খেলতে পারবে।
কত প্রাইমার? 1200 প্রাইমার বলে দিচ্ছিল, প্রাইম কত 1200 দরকার নেই।
আটকে গেলাম।
কোনটাতে খেলছি
আমি নরমাল ইউজ।
হ্যালো
বলো
টিম জিজি কেন ভাই?
হ্যাঁ
কি
টিম জিজি কেন? সার্ফটা
ও আচ্ছা বললাম ইয়ে
আইন একসাথে
নেট আটকাচ্ছে নাকি?
আইন
কেটে যাবো এখন।
নেটে প্রবলেম ভাই, 65% তুমি বললে বলে তাই দাঁড়া
Honestly, I think it's honestly been so surprising Yokam and how he takes up
Slayer তুই কোন এডি দিয়ে?
আরে স্লেয়ার দিই আছি।
We talked about his potential.
সেন্ড মেসেজ।
And the way he does it is that he's able to take out kills.
পাঠানা
And just really get away with it, not punished.
Intricacies here being displayed by this G team. This time Boom Esports looking for a little aggressive B controllers team. They've sent Shiro forward, and he's at the moment a little bit alone. Isolated, and he will. Uniton just absolutely slaps him in the face, and that's going to throw Boom in a bit of a mix.
Foolish.
Oh, that's not done.
I know exactly where you are.
Anyone challenge him just gets shot in the face, and I'm just quite surprised that they're taking these fights. We've already heard about the reputation that Udotan has, but seeing it in action is amazing. He's got 3 already. To get more space here. Boom Esports plays a bit more quietly this corner.
Give him the ace. Come on.
Plant to come through.
সব ভুলে সারা হারামি, ঠিক আছে এস দেবে না।
Knows he's gonna try at least deny that ace. Eyes on the prize here, up in the mid area. Chip damage through. Here comes the flash. He moves backwards, and Kelly, yes, come on now, Kelly! Kelly!
আইজিএলটা যদি ড্যাম না কি করা যাবে
Yudo had a really great clip yesterday as well with that rope.
না না টুইচ দিয়ে দেখি টুইচে তাড়াতাড়ি দেখা
Across the tripwire. One of the best plays and a little bit of a timeout here. I believe this is from Boom Esports. It has to be. I think Six Fingers.
কাজ কর দুই একটা কাজ কর তুই আমার স্ক্রিনটাকে ইউটিউবে স্ট্রিম দিয়ে দে
Aggressive.
তোরটাকে দিয়ে দাও
হ্যাঁ এটা সুবিধা হবে
Should have gone for that pick together instead of kind of going one by one and giving
one by one, yeah.
And Yudatan's been doing this yesterday as well, right? He was kind of the the menace on the B main side every time Global Esports wanted to hit A. Even if they
গরিব বুট ক্যাম্প বা ইউপিএস আছে মানে গরিব বুট ক্যাম্প
নিচ্ছে না
unless of course
কারণ নিচ্ছে না স্ক্রিন আরে বিএসসি আর দে ভাই স্ক্রিন শেয়ার দে
হচ্ছে না আমি না পুরো ডেস্কটপ শেয়ার দেব না আমি বানা খেয়ে দেখ কাজ নেব
কেন
amazing job at keeping it
ডেস্কটপ শেয়ার দে ভাই সবথেকে বেস্ট তখন 2 ঘন্টা তো তুই ডেস্কটপ শেয়ারই থাকবি রে ভাই তারপরে যা করিস
না না আমি ইয়ে করি না এদিক ওদিক চেঞ্জ করি মানে কখন কি বেরিয়ে যাবে
সেকেন্ড উইন্ডোতে করিস
আর সেকেন্ড উইন্ডো তো আমার
আরে ওর ছাড়ো না ওর কখন কি স্বাগতের সাথে কোন ফটো বেরিয়ে যাবে
and they've got the Odin
out. One of the best angles in this
the B main side is going to be contested. Shiro's going to have a contingency plan. He's already shown his hand there as DOS9 is going to deny any sort of aim and information except for just breaking that dart.
Take flight.
More aggressive stance this time. No, sorry, excuse me, passive stance. They're not going to try and challenge Yudotan this time, but instead, they're going to try and push him out the way with that drone. And with that info, you can see Famous silently is taking up that space. Preparing for him. Recon as well. Yokam, full control of Pizza already, but getting onto the side, that chokehold could give a lot of value for that Odin.
He's traveling in deep. Look at that map. He's gone in all the way to their spawn. And Shiro, he's got no idea. There is an eye. I think there's a call being made right now for the Cypher to come and check it out. Berserks is going to come and take a look. And he's seen the deadlock wall there. But Yuratan, he's now going to go in for his own little...
Oh, that was huge. Understanding that it's going to be a bit of curiosity come through and they were prepped for it. So that was a good set play coming in from Boom Esports. But Berserk's eyes over in this area, knows there's two, moves out the way. He's not challenging that. And now back forward here, Yokam. He wants to take blood, he wants to draw it. He puts in the damage onto Berserks. Boom Esports forced onto their own site here. Can play inside of the smokes itself. And DOS9, he's so quick to find Kellyas. Boom Esports, they get 2 to their name, but stuck underneath of hell. But Famous in the end has that moment of respite to answer back. Now Boom Esports gonna find a bit of value from that timeout.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Global Esports got a little confused about where exactly they want to head out. That wall towards A seemed like it's going to be a B hit. But unfortunately, the minute they lost Yudotan towards that B main side, Famous got 2 there, actually. Instantly, the call was made, all right, we're going to head back. We're going to go towards A. Then they tried and, kind of improvise on a strat that they've done before, is where they do that triple split of going from Garden to A Heaven and then short as well as A main. Of course, the numbers are a lot too few to maybe execute that, and they were not successful with it because it seems like he's gonna have some worse to say in charge of this game. Initially now, and Odin also being blocked from Crystal, and he's known for it pretty well.
Like সবাই কিন্তু নিও ফ্রন্টিয়ারে ইউজ করে তুই দেখলি?
They're just damaging both of each other. Oh my goodness.
Best form of Valorant ever. And for the moment, I think he's just exchanging
Hey, bhai.
Doing a good.
Yeah, mar bhai.
Esports actually right now doing a good job of baiting on as much as they can.
Like timing e tullo trapta.
If they know that Poppy's actually crawled into this corner because the smoke's gone on the other side. A double peek here would be paramount.
Poppy? Oh, good for one. He's sharp, but DOS gonna deny more damage being done. Does have that region shield as well to get a little bit more of a shield up again, but it doesn't negate the damage that's been done here. Crystal, sharp as ever. To find it, Yokam already on the side, moves out the way. Insane movement. To get the last pick here. Speaking of that last 2 members of Boom Esports to find out, but call to save from Boom might be the name of the game here.
That little mismovement from Patrick actually saved him because he was trying to get on
he
slipped, I feel, because he missed it by
করব চাপ বাবা obviously আমি ওটি করব তুমি স্কিন হিরেছি কেন আমি
to get that kill.
That's the teamwork, right?
Your frontier?
I was talking about before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
ঠিক আছে আমার কাছে নিও ফ্রন্টিয়ার
It's those tiny little intricacies is what I like to see here. It's just more of like it's more about like, you know, what you expect
ওটা খুলতে খুলতে পেছ হচ্ছে শালাটা
together. When your team is moving this way, are you going to move together as well?
আজে এই গোস্ট এসছে আমার ওই গায়া গোস্ট এসছে ভাবছি নেব
your teamwork from the players at home.
জিরো ফ্র্যাঙ্ক নেই বা সোভেরিয়ান
জিরো ফ্র্যাঙ্ক হ্যাঁ এক্স্যাক্টলি আমি জিরো ফ্র্যাঙ্কটার জন্য ওয়েট করছি
আর বেস্ট হচ্ছে ভাই সোভেরিয়ান
সোভেরিয়ান চালাই তো আছে তো
কোথায় আছে
না এর কাছে হান্টারের কাছে আছে না
আচ্ছা না না বেস্ট হচ্ছে সোভেরিয়ান
না আমি নতুন স্কিন মানে নতুন গোস্টের স্কিন একটু এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করতে চাই মানে ধরো
তাহলে জিরো ফ্র্যাঙ্ক নিতে পারিস
সত্যি কথা বলবো এই রিভারটা ওর্থিট না রিভারটা একদমই ফালতু কিনে ফেলেছি
আর সোভেরিয়ান তো আমারই আছে
হ্যাঁ তাহলে আমি জিরো ফ্র্যাঙ্কটা নেব বুঝলি তুই আসলে
আরে কিছু নিতে হবে না কেন নিবি ভাই কতবার করে বলছি
তার পয়সা গাদা গায়ে ঢুকাচ্ছে সে
না ও আমার ভালোর জন্য বলে সেটা
ভালোর জন্য তো সেদিন কাই মানে বেকার কেন নিলি স্কিন
হ্যাঁ সেটা ঠিক
ভাই সুইন যখন তার একদম দেখবি চলে আসবে না সে নিয়ে নেবে আগেরবার যখন প্রাইম ক্লাসিক এটা নিল বলেছে তোকে একবারও
লড়ে কা ভালো বলেছে
তাহলে
গার্ডিয়ানটা লড়ে কা ভালো বলে
শোন এসব মার্কে সাজেশন দিবি না যারা নিতে চায় না
একদম
তোদের পিসি নেই একটা ভালো পিসি বানাবে না স্কিন কিনছি
আরে আমার আরে তুমি বুঝতে পারছো না এ ফার্স্টার দা আমি পিসি বানানো আমার লস আমি যদি ধরো পিসি বানাচ্ছি বললো আমাকে চলে যেতে হবে তাহলে আমি পিসিটা নিয়ে কাঁধে কাঁধে নিয়ে ঘুরবো আমি
কেন নিয়ে চলে যাবি একবার
কে বলেছে আমাকে এখানে পোস্টিং দেবে না দিলে আমাকে
আরে
বাইরে
মিনি পিসি বানা পিসিরও তো ভাগ আছে
পিসি বানালে আমি বানাতে পারি আমি এই
আরে
মুহূর্তে দাঁড়িয়ে
মিনি পিসিটা নিয়ে চলে যাবে ওখানে একটা মনিটর কিনে নিবি
হ্যাঁ
আমার হয় না
আরে হ্যাঁ ঠিকই বলছিস
আমার কথা শোনো আমার কোনো পার্মানেন্ট না আমাকে ধরো 3 মাস ওখানে 3 মাস এখানে আমি কোলে করে নিয়ে ঘুরবো পিসিটাকে আমি সব জায়গাতে
আরে মিনি পিসি কত ছোট হয় তোর কোনো আইডিয়া নেই ওই জন্য তুই বলছিস
একই পারফরম্যান্স দেবে
হ্যাঁ
কত দাম নেবে বল মিনি পিসি কোন বানাতে
अरे ये अज़ाज़िल भाई वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम अरे हम लोग अपने सर्वर में नहीं है अज़ाज़िल भाई तरफ हैं
না আমরা এমনি আমাদের সার্ভারে চলে যাই না
ইনভাইট দিবে না বসতে কাছে সবাই বসুক না
এটা ইনভাইট আমি দিতে পারবো কিনা জানি
সবাই সার্ভারে ইনভাইট সবাই দিতে পারে ভাই
না বন্ধ দাও ওই তুমি এতে গিয়ে যাও দেখি এই তোমার ব্রহ্মা বলছি তোমার এই বেঙ্গলি কমিউনিটি তো বন্ধ করে গেছে
না না
আমি তো ইনভাইট দিতে পাচ্ছি বেঙ্গলি কমিউনিটি
আমার বন্ধ করো আমি দিতে পারবো না
দেখ আমি মেসেজ দেব হ্যাঁ বলছি কি বল
আমি দিয়ে দিয়েছি মিনি পিসি কেমন দাম নেবে আর কেমন কি পারফরম্যান্স দেবে বল
ঠিকই পারফরম্যান্স দেবে
না ঠিকঠাক না মানে
শোন তুই যদি মোটামুটি একটা মাইক্রোটিক্স কার্ডের উপর বানাস না ঠিক আছে বেশি ওয়েট হয় না যে তুই ক্যারি করতে পারবি না ঠিক আছে
হ্যাঁ বুঝতে পেরেছি বাট ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে যে আমি ওর থেকে ভালো ওরাম কেনার থেকে আমি একটা ভালো ল্যাপটপ কিনে নেব অ্যাসাজিলের মতো রক টক সিরিজের
না ওর থেকে ভালো নয় তো দাম বেশি আছে
মিনি পিসি থেকে কেমন কি স্পেসিফিকেশন
अज़ाज़िल भाई बोल रहा है बीसी 3 लोग ने इनवाइट भेजे
मैं वही बोला 3 लोगों ने भेजा
अरे आप तो सब लोग चाहते हैं
जो प्यार करते हैं हम लोग
अरे
जो प्यार आपको हम करते हैं
डूम के एलियन আর इसका डूम বালটা ইউজ করে মারাটা डूम একটা বালের ল্যাপটপ কেনে যেটা খালি কুলেন্ট শেষ হয়ে যায় খালি ওই ইয়ে ভরে বাড়তে যায় बाले
क्या सोच रहे हो लैपटॉप लेने का
नहीं अरे देखो मेरा काम है ना मेरे को आज बोल सकते कि कल तुमको ट्रैवल करना पड़ेगा
अरे उसको दुबई जाना हो सकता है कभी भी ठीक है तो मेरा ये
কোন কোম্পানি যে কোম্পানি 3 মাস অন্তর থেকে 3 মাসের অন্তরে থেকে বেরাতে বলবো নিশ্চয়
আরে ভাই
3 মাস পর এক্সিট করতে হবে আমাকে দুবাই থেকে 3 মাস পর এক সপ্তাহের জন্য এক্সিট করে ইন্ডিয়া আসতে হবে আবার 3 মাস পর আবার এক সপ্তাহ
হ্যাঁ তো ঠিক আছে চলে আসবি ইন্ডিয়া তারপর 3 মাসের সাজেশন दूंगा
बोलो
मैंने भी अभी लैपटॉप लिया ना लेकिन मैं सजेस्ट करूंगा पीसी और अगर ऑलरेडी एक लैपटॉप है तो उसको कैसे भी करके काम के लिए चलाओ
मैं वही कर रहा हूँ अज़ाज़िल भाई मैं अब मेरा जो लैपटॉप है ना अभी वो उसमें बहुत अच्छा चल जाता है वैलोरेंट तो बहुत अच्छा चल जाता है और उसके अलावा मैं गेम खेलता भी नहीं हूँ ठीक है यहाँ पे 200-250 FPS दे देता है इसलिए मैं पीसी नहीं बना रहा मैं पीसी बना सकता हूँ अभी बना सकता हूँ लेकिन प्रॉब्लम ये होगा ना कि अभी मेरे को जब भी कहीं पे जाना पड़ेगा तो वो नहीं
भाई ये अच्छा राउंड निकाला भाई ये
पीसी को तो कैरी नहीं करूंगा ना कर पाऊंगा
वो
और
अरे
पीसी को इधर उधर
नौकरी मिला आपको वैसे
हाँ
दुबई में नौकरी मिला आपको कांग्रेस ब्रो
अरे मतलब जानना हो सकता है उनको बट वही
दुबई में कंपनी में तो है ना।
अरे मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि ये आज बोल रहा है कि कल छोड़ दूंगा कल चेंज कर लूंगा ठीक है वो चेंज भी कर सकता है चेंज करेगा तो 90% चांसेस है कि उसको इंडिया में
ऑन साइड
कंपनी
जाना पड़ेगा हाँ
ठीक है और मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि जहाँ भी जाए वो अगर मिनी पीसी ले ले ना मिनी वो जहाँ पर जाएगा एटलीस्ट 2 to 3 months के लिए तो जाएगा ही भाई तो उसमें उसके लिए सिर्फ लैपटॉप लेना उसके उसी बजट में मिनी पीसी अच्छा रहेगा भाई बस एक बक्से की तरह होगा छोटा उसको कैरी करके ले
मेरे पास में अगर अभी अपॉर्चुनिटी होता ना टाइम रिवाइंड करके अपने आप को बोलने का तो मैं एक मतलब एक पीसी और एक लैपटॉप लेता हूँ
हाँ और एक चीज है और एक चीज आप बोल लीजिए मैं बोलता हूँ
नहीं मेरा रीजन ये है कि PC is so much more reliable, like million times more reliable.
But yeah, exactly. अरे ये बार क्या ना पिंक को चाके फ्लोरा and another point is like मैं जहाँ पे भी जाऊँगा ना वहाँ पे मेरे को ऑफिस जाना पड़ेगा ऑफिस के बाद आके मैं खेलने का टाइम नहीं मिलेगा मान लो मैं किसी के साथ रह गया तो मैं वहाँ पे तो नहीं खेल सकता ना तो बहुत रीजंस है कि मैं पीसी अभी नहीं बना रहा मैं तो आज फोन छोड़ के पीसी ले
अरे ऑफिस जाने के बाद मैं नहीं खेलता क्या
अरे तू तो তোর বাড়িতে থাকিস আমি কি ওখানে গিয়ে আমার
अरे जहाँ पर हाँ भाई जहाँ पर भी मैं जब बैंगलोर में था तब नहीं खेलता था
সেটা স্বাগতর সাথে ছিলিস তুই
अरे जिसके साथ भी हो भाई
अरे ওরা
স্বাগত সব কাজ করাতে সত্যি গেম খেলছে আমরা কি জানি না
এই দেখ
টুডে
ডুম
এক সেকেন্ড দাঁড়া আমি একটু এক মিনিট দাঁড়া আমার একটা কল এসে গেছে
अरे ये कैबिनेट इसका हैंडल भी है हाँ इसका हैंडल भी है इसीलिए बोला मस्त पीस है भाई खाना तो फिर दिखाता है अरे नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम बहुत नेटवर्क
আমার হচ্ছে আমি আবার রাউটার রিস্টার্ট করতে গেছি তার দেখি না আমি তো অফিস গেলে কাজ হতো না
does clear that corner. Finds NC Slasher now. He finds Yokam on top. Sloppy as well. Been tagged already from the Hunter's Fury, so he gets cleared. 30 seconds. Doss 9. Gonna move out the way on to safety of Heaven. Famous. Still in front. Crystal stood no chance. Boom Esports completely dominate this time around. Catching up despite that huge lead made by Global Esports earlier.
Yeah, the read was perfect timed. I wouldn't say that it was Global Esports who had control of that game. They felt like they did almost their time because they were playing really slow. They let control of B completely given up. And Boom were not too keen on pushing it. It just depended on NC Slasher's knife. The minute he got that first knife down towards it slowed the attack of Global Esports because they were ready to jump in. 7 seconds went by. That gave so much time for the rest of the teammates from Boom Esports to just kind of come in closer towards A short, and then in the end it was just a game of rallying between A main and whether or not they would pop out through the smoke. And once again, Global Esports trying to redo that A hit this time with a little more success. That little trip has been detected as Famazine prepares for the first shot.
भाई क्या होगा भाई शॉट
Lucky to be able to survive with his life. Explosive as ever, Global Esports. Little tank found already, but BME sharp as ever. Annihilation. Not gonna get anyone. Barely misses actually. The door will be closed. It's a nice bit more space for Boom Esports. Smokes all around as well. Off shots just to give an idea that.
आज भी आप नहीं सो रहे भाई.
Razel
भाई.
Blown to smithereens. Paranoia set up already. Just capture the members of Global Esports, but not fast enough. Boom Esports took too much time to commit here. Inside the way, 54 HP.
Jimming.
We'll have to find a high, low.
Jimby, yes.
But Kelly has as well to find what's his name.
भाई ये क्लच करने में 500 अरे लेट्स गो भाई उसको 500 भेजना पड़ेगा
$500 जल्दी
डॉलर वॉलर की बातें में आ गए
দাদা তোমার এজ কত? আমার ইয়ে কত
25 বছরে পরাধীন পুরুষ।
আরে 25 ভাই 25 डूमेर बोला 27
पापी चूलू
फॉस्टर का 30 का अराउंड अनुविजा का भी 30 का अराउंड तो ये 25 to 30
plus 32 I think Anuviz 30.
Wait, Foster, you're 30 years old.
28.
Oh, you sound like you're 22 or something, bro.
What the fuck?
Clutch Masters
तो
showing
अंदर में बचपन अभी मरा नहीं है ना
in contention of any round, no matter what it is.
मेरे आवाज से क्या समझ में आता है कितना ओवर का?
अरे 24
5 to 7
अच्छा मतलब ये जान के बोल
उठने का है उठने का ही लगता है।
अच्छा तब सही है।
to the game. Extreme commitment towards that.
Bro मेरे को तो लोग एक बार बोले थे थोड़ा और उम्र वाला लगता है मेरा आवाज से।
अरे मेरे को लोग देख के बोलते हैं कि मेरे को ज्यादा उम्र लगता
Exhaust any of global esports' YouTube. Crystal.
या तेरे आप किसको देखते
ज्यादा उम्र होता है नहीं पता बट ज्यादा मोटा है तो जरूर बोलता हूँ।
अरे
Physical contact of bodies.
हमेशा ये तोंच पे चला जाता है भाई।
मेरे को लगा तू इतना जॉनी ब्रावो वाला फिजिक लेके बैठा है टेबल के नीचे।
अरे तू मैं मोटा हूँ ठीक है
जॉनी ब्रावो
ठीक है तो इनको देखा मैं खुद को लग रहा है कि मैं पतला हूँ।
अरे बाप रे बाप रे
wait till you see Anuvizda
मतलब मैं 86 किलो का हूँ 6 फुट मैं 86 किलो का हूँ 6 फुट हाइट में तो इन उससे ऊपर है समझ लो
100 किलो का। अरे मैं
क्लूदा भी कम है उसका।
मैं क्लूदा के राह में चल रहा हूँ भाई। पहले वेट गेन करूंगा फिर वेट लॉस करके हैंडसम हो जाऊंगा।
अच्छा
एम भी वहां से आता है भाई।
Shouldn't be having a problem too, as Kali S. Trying to take a little bit more space here. Berserk's knocked down already.
हाथ में वजन आ जाता है ना कंट्रोल बढ़ जाता है।
हाँ भाई क्या हागा भाई जी भाई।
That will frag and he is the one that comes up on top.
Yeah, pretty similar to how global esports play their rounds too. Yeah, because
ना कोनो पैकेट लॉस नहीं है बट एमएस कम दे रहा है भाई। राउटर को रीस्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा।
Sent a drone towards mid to try and
चलो इसे मैं रिवील लो मान लो ना तो
global esports didn't really bite into that little piece of cake, but because they still had 2 players sitting on site, but that burst out with a number of flashes that they could provide. The paranoia on generator, then the KO flash to come in as well. Just absolutely suffocated Patrick from doing anything, and Poppy was only
#G fighting bro.
This time
around,
around,
भी जीतेगी देखो। Save round जीत गई।
Free A site and global esports, they've done this time and time again.
अटैकिंग में अच्छा खेले थे फिर ये हो गया।
एक ही राउंड हुआ है व्हाट डू यू मीन?
नहीं
अरे रे अटैकिंग में आ गया।
ये लोग हाँ अटैकिंग में शुरू में अच्छा खेल रहे थे। अच्छा लीड था फिर ये लोग स्लो खेलना स्टार्ट कर दिया और ये लोग लेके चले गए बूम।
अच्छा
if the timing is right, both of them not looking to the mid area as well, so lurks will be the 9. There we go, Udo 10
शॉट भाई
क्या गन मार दी।
How do you do that? On top of that, an upgrade as well with a gun. Now on the side already here, Famous gonna play a little bit more back. Unfortunately, we'll go down here.
Overreact कौन कर रहा है?
Gonna find one each as he slasher. He puts the damage more done
over. इसको देखो भाई, सोमा को देखो भाई, क्रिस्टल स्टिक कर रहा था। 44 ms 15 ms की खूब इफेक्ट पर तुम कौन ब्रॉडबैंड भाई बहुत इफेक्ट पड़ता है। एनी ms लेस देन 20 बहुत बढ़िया होता है। After 20 to 40 is same, 40 to 60 also is same. Like and after 60 there is a disadvantage or advantage. It depends how much your luck is going. क्योंकि कभी-कभी जो शॉट्स नहीं लगना चाहिए वो भी लग जाता है 70 ms में।
Bro हाई पिंग पे जस्ट स्विंग करने का।
अरे ठीक है भाई
क्यों कर रहा है बच्चों दी
पता नहीं
हक कैसे दिया उसको
अरे क्या फुल किल
this round has been incredibly fast Now Berserk's left
अभी
all
अभी
two
देखा
stones
अभी
him
देखा
here. Yokam eyes
मार
on
खाएगा
him.
One tap.
Knows he's there.
मल्टीपल टैप
Counter नहीं, multiple taps.
टैप्स
Now
फिर
they're
कोड वर्ड
actually,
में इसको या लेंस
I'm kind of surprised at how close this game is,
वही
Universe.
लास्ट बुलेट तो मारा एक से ही मारा वो।
भाई ये जेड का
ठीक है
जो
भाई।
नाइफ है ना मेरे को उतना पसंद नहीं है भाई। क्या
किसका?
ये स्पेक्ट्रम का जो नाइफ है कैसे
स्पेक्ट्रम हाँ बहुत गंदा सा लगता है मेरे को।
भाई बहुत ही आवाज करते जब भी हाथ में लो।
That's what she said.
मेरे को अभी रिसेंट नाइट्स में एक तो है कोरोना में और एक है जीरो फैंक, वो दोनों बहुत बढ़िया लगते हैं। दोनों ही मेरे पास है एक्चुअली इसलिए।
ब्रो आर्केन मेरे को बढ़िया लगता है।
हाँ आर्केन अच्छा है भाई बट मेरे को ये ज्यादा पसंद है वो चैंपियन वाला
कौन टा 24 ना की 21
लेटेस्ट वाला
वाह कैमरा भांग लौड़े का वाल कैमरा भांग से।
I'm loving this dynamic they have, you know? When one of them peeks out,
लौड़े का
behind.
लौड़े लग गए, लौड़े लग गए, जेट का तो लौड़े लग गए भाई, वो तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते।
अरे वो सब वो 3 लोगों में पूछ क्या
अरे जेट भी लाइक तो मेरे ही दिबो।
I get the plants.
Same in that way. The ping depends on the location you are in.
Go to
Hi, नाप दे बरा चल। अरे भाई मैं क्या स्पैम दिया?
Not quite yet here. DOS9 displaying a very dangerous angle here.
প্যাকেজের সাথে কিছু ম্যাটার
A lot
করে
of
না
utility come through here. DOS9 to fall, at least gets one to his name. But from main as well, as the Slash has marked that area, the Flash is
फ्लैशটা হেভি ছিল।
and Boom
अच्छा
Esports.
प्लस
They
ওরা
are
উপর থেকে কন্টাক্ট নেওয়ার পর একে সাইবার ঢুকতে হতো।
अरे
That is around
কন্টাক্ট পয়েন্টটা তো আমাদের মতই গু।
फ्लैश হবে তখন দেখবি
ब्रो इधर राइड गेम्स में इंटर्नशिप मिल रहा है मेरे को।
ले लो ले लो।
हम लोग को राइड बडी मिला देना ठीक है।
हाँ मेरे को भी।
अरे ब्रो अगर मिला तो श्योर ब्रो।
अरे जरूर मिलेगा अभी डेव को मिलता है मतलब डेव को नहीं मतलब बेसिकली राइट में जो एम्प्लॉइज काम करते हैं।
मेरे को भी वैलोरेंट का ही डेव बना रहे ब्रो।
अरे चलेगा भाई करो भाई।
अप्लाई तो किया मैंने देखते क्या होता।
अरे ये पिंग किस पे डिपेंड करता है पता है? पिंग डिपेंड करता है कि आपका लोकेशन कहाँ पर है और आप जिस सर्वर पे खेल रहे हो उसका लोकेशन कहाँ पर है। जितना पैकेट को ट्रैवल करना पड़ेगा उतना ज्यादा एमएस आएगा। इसीलिए मुंबई वाले को पिंग कम आता है क्योंकि वो लोग
বলছি তুই কাকে বোঝাচ্ছিস?
ইয়ার ডাসল
भाई सेदिन আমার हाइट লেগেছে असादिल भाई वो हाइट लगा ना जो हेलशॉट ने बोला कि जेट के नाइफ के लिए एम लगेगा।
ब्रो कुछ भी बोलता है ब्रो। भगवान ने उसको मुंह देके गलती किया ब्रो।
I was like okay वो अभी तक ये असादिल उसको सुनाता है।
ब्रो मेरे को गूंगे के लिए बुरा लगता है किसको मुंह दे दिया किसको नहीं दिया।
अरे चिल चिल भाई मैं बस ऐसे ही बोल दिया आप तो ये इसको निकालो भाई।
एक एक करके चालू करता है बोलना और एक के बाद एक इतनी गंदी
अरे स्ट्रीम हो रहा है थोड़ा तो कंट्रोल कर। अरे
भाई कंट्रोल
कोई नहीं ब्रो वो देखेगा तो
क्रिस्टल क्लैश करेगा तो $500 सही में। अरे एंटी रे
भाई ये रशियन प्लेयर तो है।
जीजी गाइस जीजी
इसका सैलरी कितना 6000
भाई जब बोलता है
nightmarish fourth and
भाई ये
and that's going to call
কে বটম ব্র্যাকেটটা কে করছে তাকে বার করে দিলেই তো হয়।
They really needed that time.
আরে ভাই প্রতিটা প্রিমিয়ারে তোকেই বার করতে হবে।
আগে প্রিমিয়ারে তো তুহিন বটম ব্রেক করছিল।
চুপ সালা 20 অ্যাসিস্ট
ये দাঁড়াও সালা বোকা চোদা 40 হার্টজ নিয়ে দাঁড়াও
20 অ্যাসিস্ট
hot, and we're
দাঁড়াও
seeing
একটা কি প্রিমিয়ারে বলেছে
and
বাঞ্চো
global esports are starting to struggle.
দেখা
There
কি
is
দেখা
one
দেখা
thing that,
চলো
you know,
প্রিমিয়ারে
that
তুহিন
they
বটম
have
ফ্র্যাগ
these
ফার্স্ট
companies,
ফার্স্ট
they have
প্রিমিয়ার
no flashes, right?
সেকেন্ড
So
প্রিমিয়ারও
on
তুহিন
the
বটম
flip
ফ্র্যাগ
side of it, they
বলো এবার
depend on that deadlock utility.
তুহিনকে তো বার করা যাবে না না টিমটাই
কেন
তুহিনের
Because
কে
না
বলে
না
টিমটা
টিম
তুহিনের
coming in
মেইন প্লেয়ার তো তুহিন না তুহিনকে তো বার করা
কে
যাবে
বলে
না
না না মেইন প্লেয়ারের কথা না টিমটা তুহিনের এটা তোমায় কে বলেছে
আরে
তুই তো কোনো কাজের না ফাইট নিতে পারিস না বেট করিস
তুমি কি
ব্র্যান্ড
জানো টিমটা
ব্র্যান্ড
কার
ব্র্যান্ড লোগোটা আমার কাছে
তুমি কি জানো টিমটা কার
দেখ তুহিন
হ্যাঁ
আমার সাথে তুই বাইন্ড খেলছিলি তুই বটম ট্র্যাক করছিলি তুই তার সাথে খেলছিলি তুই বটম ট্র্যাক করছিলি কেন
হ্যাঁ
একদমই না তখনও জানতো না কি করতে হবে না করতে হবে
কি?
he couldn't win that fight.
না ভাই
সেটা
তোর
কথা
মধ্যে
বলছি।
ব্যাপারটা নেই তোমার
Dazed off, and that's what's given Boom Esports the advantage. So global esports need to be a
কি
little
করা
bit
যাবে
careful about these aggressive
দেখ ডুম তো আছে একটু এবিলিটিতে খেলবে ও ডুম দিন দিন উর্বিস হয়ে যাচ্ছে ভাই
does not believe in
আচ্ছা।
what it takes
কি করা যাবে তাহলে ওর সাথে খেলছি না
is playing
খেলছিস না তো তবুও হয়ে যাচ্ছে
depends solely and
তো
a
খেলতে
lot
খেলতে
more
হবে না
on the fact that they just hold the sides down. They don't let the opponents come anywhere
সারা জেটকে শুধু অর্ব নিতে দেবে না বলে এটা পুশ করে আছে
भाई क्या कर रहे हैं अरे नहीं अभी मिल सकता है जेट को बोल दो उनको बोल दो कि छोड़ दिया है मैं
Now coming in here, Kalias gonna go aggressive here.
एक मर गया भाई क्या चूतिया जैसे भाई ये भाई ठीक है भाई what the fuck dude that was good
भाई लेकिन स्पॉन पुश करके कैसे मार दिया ना तो
अरे मिड था ना
कि मिड होल्ड पर नहीं था ना
তাহলে একটা কাজ কর এই শনিবার আমি খেলছি না ঠিক আছে
Playing retake is not going to be easy.
আমাকে
especially
বললো
with
যে
that
আমি না
weaponry.
ডাকলে হয়ে যাবে খেললো তো আমি না
Not
থেকে
possible.
দুটোই তো হারলে গো
Famous. One peek is
तो
all
দুটো
he
হারলাম।
needs.
দুটো হারলাম রে।
Moves out the way.
দেখ একটা যেটা আমি শোন শোন যেটাতে আমি ছিলাম না সেটাতে দুটোই হেরেছিস ঠিক আছে যেটাতে আমি ছিলাম একটা হেরেছি একটা জিতেছি
একটাতে জিতেছে
হ্যাঁ আর যেটাতে আমরা দুজনেই ছিলাম সেটা দুটোই জিতেছি তাহলে এবার ইটস আপ টু ইউ ভাই
Esports, they're okay to
देखो
go
तुम लोग दोनों छोड़ दो हेडशॉट आगे खेल लेगा तुम्हारे जगह ठीक
Waiting
है
up top here, that'll be two.
नहीं,
But he's gonna
मैं सेकंड नहीं खेलने वाला हो गया मेरा आज
putting up numbers. Heavy hit
मेरा हो
last
गया
round.
जहाँ से भी तुम प्लेयर जुगाड़ कर लो
Same plays, but
अरे
tonight
वी
this
डोंट
time
गिव
no
भाई
one
क्या
is
स्पैम कर रही
यू
है
डोंट गिव अ फक तो उसके बाद मैं अवार्ड भी नहीं खेलने वाला चलो
And
चलो।
they
बाप रे
चलो चलो
मैं
भाई
बोल रहा
मेरा
हूँ
हो गया।
इस
मैं प्लान कर रहा हूँ मैं संडे सैटरडे मैं अपना प्लान कर रहा हूँ चलो
इधर आ जाओ ब्रो ढूंढ ना इधर आ जाओ
দাদা ইচ্ছা আছে তোমাদের টিমকে এরকম লাইভে আরে লাইভে হবে না ভাই আমরা উই আর নট প্লেইং ফর এনি ল্যান অর এনিথিং আমরা জাস্ট
কি লাইভ কি বলছে
আরে লাইভ স্ক্রিম মানে ল্যান ল্যান দেখতে যাচ্ছে আমাদের টিমে বাট আমরা ওটাই যে আমরা খেলি না সবাই আমরা জাস্ট প্রিমিয়ারটার জন্য
एक को इंपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा तो फिर दूसरे स्टेट से
हाँ हैदराबाद से मंगाना पड़ेगा
उसका पैसा देने के लिए बोल दो जो बोल रहा है तब हो जाएगा
नहीं पैसे की कमी नहीं है क्लूदा
नहीं
के
है
पास
तो बुला ले
क्लूदा के पास
फॉस्टर के पास भी नहीं है ना दोनों मिलकर
हाँ
फॉस्टर छोड़ो डूम दा के पास नहीं है जाके दुबई में शेख बनने वाले हैं
अरे नहीं
आरबी
भेज
से
का आ रहा है मेरे को
ऑल डूम
भाई
फुल नाम रहेगा
उल
अब
नसीर
अरे 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 अजीज भाई आपको मतलब क्या बोलूं मैं कल जो मेरा माइंड फक हुआ ना 2 घंटे तक मेरा पूरा मीटिंग रिकॉर्डिंग है आपको मैं दिखा सकता हूं
अजाजिल भाई शुड हेजिटेट ना
2 घंटे तक ठीक है 2 घंटे तक विदाउट एनी सबटाइटल
भाई ठीक है
अरबिक में बात किया 2 घंटे तक ठीक है तो मेरे को बाकायदा एक को बुलाना पड़ा जो अरबिक जानता है वो मेरे को सबटाइटल दे रहा था बैक एंड पे आई वाज लाइक कान पे हेडफोन पहन के चुपचाप मैं सुन रहा था वो लोग क्या बोल रहे थे बस
अरे सुनने की जरूरत ही नहीं है ना जब ये लोग ऐसे करते हैं तो बोलता है कि ठीक है आप डिस्कस कर लो फिर बता देना मेरे को मैं
और वो पता है अब वो बीच में जो मैंने उनको उसको बुलाया था नूर को वो बोल रहा है कि वो लोग फुटबॉल टीम के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं
हाँ
वो डिस्कस किए इसलिए वो दुबई जा रहे हैं आप डिस्कस नहीं किए तो आप दुबई नहीं जा रहे
अरे अरे अरे
अरे उसको जॉब ही मिला था दुबई वाले कंपनी में वो इतनी दिन तक
क्यों मिला क्योंकि उसने अरबी में बात सुनी ना
अरबी साला
मैं बस दो तीन चीज
अरे मैं तो बोलता हूँ कि चला जा उधर जाके मेरा YouTube चैनल भी थोड़ा प्रमोट कर देना अरबी भी लोग आएंगे
तो मेरे पास में दिमाग में क्रेजी जोक है लेकिन मैं बोल नहीं सकता
नहीं
अरे नहीं आप बोलो मैं म्यूट कर दिया भाई आप बोलो जी भाई
Azazil, I should hesitate now, भाई.
टीम तो फिर बूम होना चाहिए मतलब.
अरे चुप जो है, ला 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 ला. हो गया म्यूट था अभी नहीं. काज कर बॉल
কি মিউট করেছিস আবার
भाई. क्या भाई ठीक है भाई.
আবার মিউট করেছিস
আবার अनम्यूट कर दिया. हाँ
अरे अनम्यूट कर दिया भाई. रात में बोलेंगे ठीक है ये सब. मतलब हमारे रात में, आपको तो सुबह होगा. स्ट्रीम मस्त ऑफ करके सबके बारे में बोलेंगे, हेलशॉट के बारे में भी.
कोई नहीं बूम चलेगा.
बोलते डूम फ्यूचर आरओवी वाला स्ट्रीम वाला स्ट्रीम कर रहे हैं. बोले गाइस यहाँ पर थोड़ा मुश्किलात हो गया.
अरे हाँ अभी सुन ना ऐसे वो लोग जब आते हैं ना, हाय शबाब ना खैरियत, আমি ওটুকুই বুঝতে পারি. मैं बस उतना ही समझता हूँ. वो मेरे को पूरे क्या हाल चाल बोलते या शबाब खैरियत तो ठीक है. तब बोले मुश्किलात मतलब कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुआ है. ठीक है उस दिन मैं एक चीज समझा, मुस्कान मतलब ऑसम. ठीक है ना. मुमताज मतलब एक्सीलेंट.
सब लड़कियों के नाम क्यों बोल रहा है? रेटिंग दे रही है.
अरे स्ट्रीम चालू है.
मैं आपको क्या बोला, ये सब रात में डिस्कस करेंगे ब्रो.
कंट्रोल
कोई नहीं.
सोल्जर में सब इंटरनेट सोल्जर ये भाव नहीं देता. मतलब मैंने अप्रोच भी नहीं किया, बट वो ये क्या भी थोड़ा सब्सक्राइबर गेम बढ़ा लूं.
अरे एसएसएल भाई देखो वो गाया में हेलशॉट का बडी है.
अरे ये वो सब छोड़ो. मैं बोलता कि एसएसएल भाई के पास अगर कांटेक्ट है तो दो थोड़ा सा इधर उधर.
क्या दूं? किस चीज का कांटेक्ट?
ये कुछ स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर के.
अभी तो नहीं होगा मेरे पे. मेरे मतलब मैं देख सकता हूँ किसी का. क्यों? लेकिन क्या करना क्या?
अरे इंटरव्यू वगैरह पॉडकास्ट वगैरह
में जा रहे हैं ना, तो हम लोग को बालू भुलू के लिए किसी को अपॉइंट करना पड़ेगा. हम तो नहीं खेल पाएंगे
बालू भुलू.
ठीक है हो सकता है बीबीएस के रॉसी, बालू भुलू एस के रॉसी हो सकता है ना.
एस के रॉसी कहाँ पे आए?
एस के रॉसी तो था. अरे पागल हो गया ये.
नहीं लेकिन ये कैसे आएगा? अभी मैं उसको कैसे बुलाऊंगा?
आप वो तो आपकी अरे क्या
कुछ याद आ. ठीक है
अगर एक को ले पाए तो मान
दिया.
और एक चीज पता है, कल अज़ाज़िल आप थे कि नहीं पता नहीं, वो जो ओपोनेंट पे जो लास्ट टाइम जो बाइंग में प्लेयर आए थे ना फिनिक्स वगैरह, मैं इतनी बार बात पे गया था. मैं एक राउंड देखा, एक फिनिक्स बात से पहली बात तो वहाँ पे रिकॉन आया. ठीक है रिकॉन के बाद एक फिनिक्स अल्ट करके बात में से हाथ में वो आर्केन का गॉन्टलेट लेके बिना गन के दौड़ के मेरे पास आ रहा था. जस्ट टू चेक माय पोजी. I was like मारो मादरचोद.
इसका फिनिक्स अल्ट में दिमाग भी पीछे छूट जाता है, सिर्फ बॉडी बाहर आती है.
So much information.
फैंटम यूज करता ना 2 मिलता भाई को.
From the smokes will be punished at least, but that's enough info. Got enough. You tell Aorus
देखो हमारा क्लू
भाई ये डेडलॉक बहुत बढ़िया खेल रहा है भाई ये. मतलब जो स्नीक है ये
ना ब्रो को.
हाँ भाई मेरे को बहुत लगता है क्लू स्टैट बेच रहा है.
Not too sure if he's seen them.
स्टैट नहीं बेच.
नहीं मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, वो जो स्टैट बेच रहा है वो स्टैट से तो हम लोग इसको बुला सकते हैं ना, डार्क को प्लान के लिए वो पैसे से. क्या बोल रहे हो आपको भी बुला सकते हैं.
डार्क कॉमेडी मूवी की लाइक द डिक्टेटर.
मतलब मेरे को बुलाने के लिए कॉस्ट कुछ ज्यादा ही हो जाएगा क्योंकि मैंने मास्टर्स का पे किया. तो वो छोड़ के आने के लिए मेरे को करोड़ रुपए लगेगा भाई.
नहीं छोड़ के नहीं आने का आपको. थोड़ा
छोड़ के नहीं, बस आना है. बस एक हफ्ते के लिए. बस
एक हफ्ते के लिए. अच्छा
वरना एक काम करते हैं, इंपोर्ट का पैसा भी नहीं लगेगा. ये जब हम लोग एक लैन ऑर्गेनाइज करवाते हैं किसी स्काई स्पोर्ट्स से, मुंबई में हेल्प करेंगे. और जब ये लोग आएंगे मतलब एसएसएल भाई जब आएंगे दिसंबर के उस टाइम पे करेंगे.
ये मतलब कब आ रहे हो 25
देखो
को
व्हाट्सएप
नहीं 23rd की रात को।
और कब तक रहने वाले हो यहाँ पे
12 तारीख को निकलूंगा वापस
जनवरी को
जनवरी।
ना क्योंकि मैं 29 तक नहीं रहूंगा
अच्छा नहीं शुरू में मैं भी थोड़ा घूमने फिरने जाऊंगा दोस्त लोग के साथ तो मैं भी हो सकता ना रहा हूँ लेकिन आ जाऊंगा
खेलेंगे ना एक साथ
हाँ श्योर
तो आप 15 को हमारे इसके लिए आप क्या बोल रहे हो मैं बोल रहा हूँ 15 को आप नहीं आओगे क्या 15 दिसंबर को डिस्कॉर्ड पे
डिस्कॉर्ड पे आ जाऊंगा 15 को क्या है
हमारा प्लेऑफ्स है
वो अच्छा प्लेऑफ से आ जाऊंगा मतलब डिपेंड करता है हो सकता है मेरा एग्जाम चल रहा है देखता हूँ
उस टाइम आप
उसके लिए पहले प्लेऑफ तक पहुंचना पड़ेगा
अरे पहुंच जाएंगे चाइना जाएंगे ना
नहीं मैं
अच्छा कांड में जाएंगे हम लोग
मैं जा रहा हूँ
हांगकांग जा रहे हो ना उस टाइम
18th को जा रहा हूँ ना 18th
जीजीए कच नहीं गई
चलो हाँ ये जीजिए इसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते जीजी गो
guys still G fighting bro come on don't get your hopes down
होप्स डाउन तो बहुत दिन पहले ही हो गया था
अरे चिल करो
मेरा भी हो गया था मैं तो ऐसे ही इनके स्ट्रीम के लिए
देखी কথা বলো তোমরা ठीक है भाई
one and only issue that they probably did not read into is how powerful those paranoias are going to be from the Omen. Because honestly, that 21 assist number that DOS9 is currently sitting pretty with, I think out of that, at least 15 are just because of paranoia pushes off and kills. It is absolutely incredible how impactful that Omen was in this game because he did everything for his team to set them up in the right places. One paranoia was all they needed to kind of establish how far they can get into a side on attack. And even on defense, when they were trying to, take control of certain positions on the retakes, he was doing the job for them. I'm going to give credit to even Berserks because he was doing quite a bit of the heavy lifting as well. You can see that the team in the first half was kind of trailing. They were not able to pick up as much of the pace as
Matrix, chill.
But across that second half,
Do not disrespect anything.
They're kind of a second half esports team. They, usually tend to warm up towards the second half, right? So they play for the late game and they win in the late game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Boom Esports. They take some time to warm up. They take some time to just really ease themselves into the game. And once they are, it's almost incredible watching them play. They have a lot of firepower. They're actually fighting fire with fire, understanding how aggressive global esports could be, even on the defensive side. And they're understanding how exactly they want to approach taking up that space on the second half. Coming into this one, it's been really good looking at them. But in this particular situation, global esports were just not able to really understand or just deal with how overwhelmingly strong the firepower
Antidote
from Boom Esports as well. So kudos to them. But otherwise, it's a pretty close game if you ask me.
I mean, towards the tail end of this game, the tangent kind of skewed towards Boom Esports for a particular reason, right? In the first, if you notice in the first few rounds of the second half, Boom Esports, they won the first two. But then, Global Esports started going in the front foot themselves. They start doing what they do on attack. They take microsectors into their hands. They push up B main, they take control as a trio or as a duo, and they put the pressure on Boom.
না আমি ওর থেকে সব থেকে নাটা তোকেই দেখেছি তুই কি খেলিস
Yokam was handed the operator and he got 2 on that round, right? Really important positions that they put their duelist in, or they put a triple stack in where they go and take control. But in the last 3, maybe 4 rounds where they lost out of the game, you saw they were stacking A, did not go for control, playing on site, letting Boom Esports come to them, kind of skewing away from how they usually play their game. So there's these small little intricacies where Kelly S might have made the call to, okay, you know what, guys, let them come to site. But the problem with playing on site is the fact that paranoia is absolutely killing you. You are getting absolutely crippled because 2 of your players are not able to support you, and you're losing out on map control on the micro sectors that you need to always keep in your hand. For example, the biggest, I think, the part on that A side, generator. Every single time, Gen was in control of Boom Esports. The paranoia comes through. How are you going to stop it? How are you going to fight it? You're going to have a paranoia come in, you go behind Gen, Famazine dashes in, and you got 3 players swinging from aiming. You can't do anything about that. You need to have a contingency plan to stop that paranoia from coming in. And how are you going to do that? By going aggressive, baiting it out early on, finding what Boom's game plan is. Because that they were doing really well in the first half, baiting Boom's utility. But towards the end, again, Global Esports went one step behind from their usual game plan and let Boom take control of the game.
Yeah, I think even on situations where, you know, it's a retake, I understand they want to play on that side itself, but I do agree with you about the paranoia, about that corner. They don't have a lot of space to work with. In the beginning, yeah, they had these nice crossfires set up, but when you have a situation where Boom Esports is able to crunch you from 2-3 different areas, you can see the contingencies, right? How much respect they have for GE, even when it's against one player just trying to save that up. They're making sure that they have all grounds covered, just making sure that they have a crossfire set up, making sure that they're coming in from 2 different areas, not allowing themselves to be isolated. We saw that in the beginning, but it was just off that one timeout, we see everything has completely changed the way the Boom Esports plays, which is why I agree with you. They are second half esports at one point, but once they are, you know, if there is one word I would have said over and over again about Boom Esports, going against them is like going against a rampaging bull. They just completely rush at you out of nowhere from downtown, and you would not have expected it. And this happened so many times to Global Esports. They were okay with playing on side. They were okay with playing, you know, together in one little corner. But again, it's just maybe that one paranoia, that one fragment. And then suddenly you see a crunch from 2 different places. Famous coming in from the other side of Gen. And you have his teammate coming in from the other. And it's so scary how they approach these things, because you cannot fight back. You cannot expect trade potential from your teammates.
Absolutely. You know, that little GE style of play, it's kind of phasing in and out. So they're, you know, trying to settle into it as much as they can. Of course, it's a new team, so you would expect them to take a little bit of time. But the thing is that they're showing flashes of it in some rounds, having like maybe 3-4 rounds where it goes that certain way, and then they kind of, you know, fall back. I understand you have, of course, you can't play every single round as, you know, the way that you played the previous one. You cannot keep doing that. But it's the style that's been helping you, and Kelly S has, you know, a lot of good calling so far in the games that he's played. But I want to hear from Juvie what exactly happened. How exactly did the game plan change in those last couple of rounds? Why was Global Esports playing a lot more passive? Juvie, please explain to us what exactly happened. You're muted again.
We can't hear Juvenile
It's not
again.
me. It's not me.
Yeah, you're good.
You're right.
It's not me. I promise. It's not. I swear it's not me. All right.
Okay,
It's,
so let's talk about game number 1.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Just pressure gets to you at the end. You start making individual mistakes. Start playing a little too individualistic. The word I couldn't say earlier. And yeah, I mean that happens. We definitely threw around. We got ecoed one round, and that's sort of recent. Like on attack, we were up 5-0, right, or whatever it was, and then we got ecoed or 5-1. We got ecoed. Once you get the eco point, you give them some momentum. Then they have a little bit of momentum. Our money drops a little bit, and that's what happened on the attack side. And then on defense, they just kept off your feet. On defense.
Push kiya, bounce push.
But yeah, we're learning.
Spike down.
You can learn.
Last player standing.
Now you've seen how overwhelming.
Where are you? One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Bad job. Skip market.
Why did you go with Cypher Lock exactly? And why not the usual standard? What's the idea behind it?
This comp has been doing really well for us. I've ran this comp last season with Lev. This comp beats meta comp most of the time. We just played it badly. That's it.
I wouldn't say it's badly. You guys did have an idea in mind how exactly to play it, but
Dark Smoke and Sentinel and Azazel Initiator, Flasher Initiator, Duelist.
Some comps last year, and I think you're excited to see this comp adapted everywhere. Now you wanna expect a better, like I would say, a defensive side, right? But how would you exactly approach your attacking side here with this comp?
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, this comp is actually attack-sided, more than defensive-sided. Pretty consistently, you can get like 8-9 rounds on attack pretty easy. And defense sometimes struggles depending on, you know, what the other team does. Obviously, these guys just kept rushing A. It felt like the majority of the time. We just didn't adapt quick enough to that. But Yeah, I mean the attack just you just deny information across the map. They don't have much information. They have to peek with their bodies. You wall contact and you win. That's pretty much how it goes.
Jimmy, you did have a pretty good game plan in the first couple of
नहीं
rounds.
चलेगा भाई लास्ट का मजा आ रहा
A
है
little more proactive. You guys, sent
देखा
out that, the double push that you get the triple as well towards B main.
One enemy.
That sector you can.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
We got 5. More on site. They were playing a lot more defensive. They let Boom Esports take control.
One enemy remaining.
ये एडजस्टमेंट बढ़िया
We got 5. Did you give any instructions for them to start playing a little more passive during the timeout?
भाई अगर मेरा ओपोनेंट ऐसा खेलना चालू कर देना
pressure, man. Just pressure gets
तो मैं ऑल्ट को दबा देता
we got to work on. That's one of the reasons for these show matches is for us to get used to, quote unquote pressure and playing under these pressure situations.
अरे ये हमेशा भाई इसको गेम के अंदर ही घुसे रहना है भाई ये डूम को इतना डेथ मैच करते हैं ये इतना करता है फिर भी पीक लेने नहीं आते भाई एबिलिटी डाल देते हैं उधर
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few things probably we could have done differently, but
अभी कुछ बोलूंगा तो विवाद हो जाए
we'll make those adjustments.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the second map here coming up. Do you have any expectations on what to expect and what you want to do here?
Yeah, I mean,
दिख जाएगा ना नूबनेस
last time we played Split. Obviously last time we played Split was a lot cleaner than the first time we played Split. I think if we play how we're supposed to, we do what we're supposed to, like we should win, right? Boom is obviously a good team. They obviously have great players, but so do we.
नहीं आप बोल सकते
हैं Jimmy, you've got one more game coming up. Split. They do.
मैंने पूरा इसका साउंड ही निकाल दिया.
With the sky, which of course is a little, kind of a throwback to the old-fashioned way. And they play a single duelist race. How are you looking to?
मैं देखूंगा कि ये लोग मेरे को भेज रहे हैं कि अगर ये एसएसएल ज्वाइन करता है तो फिर वॉच पार्टी का परमिशन नहीं दूंगा.
Oh no. Looks like the juvenile
so the counter
चलेगा.
The counter is yeah, I mean they have Viper, they have Cypher. The idea here is basically bully the Cypher.
देखा आपने इतना बोला फिर भी ये डूम ने शेयर नहीं
दिया. Do on this, deny mid as much as you can. Don't let them just walk up mid for free. Make
it. मेरे ये उस मेरे प्रोफाइल पिक्चर से क्लाउड गुजर रहा है भाई क्या ही दे रहा है भाई.
Can you hear me now? I mean, coming. Oh, there we go. He's back. All right.
वो आपका भी एनिमेट होता है भाई. नाइस भाई.
Alright, okay.
आपने भी नाइट्रो लेके रखा है क्या?
You've got an important game to get to. We're gonna
अरे बूस्ट करो यार मेरे सर्वर को.
Have fun and hopefully we'll see G winning and see you on map number 3.
Yeah, winning is we're gonna win this one. Bye guys.
Bye bye.
He's funny.
चलेगा भाई.
He's funny. He's got jokes.
Yeah, he's got jokes, but that was actually serious. Winning is fun. He's being serious there. Winning, of course, is fun, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to see Global Esports take on Split in just about a split second. But for now, we're just going to wait for the teams to get ready up as they.
देखा defensive player देख रहा है. Angle hold करके बैठा.
On this one as well. They play the Sova, they play the Neon, and they do not play anything close to what you see in the usual meta comp on Split. So I'm excited to see what exactly is going to be the game plan.
बोलो इसके बाद भी क्या टीम में रखना सही होगा?
Quick. They're not afraid to take map control in their hands, and they're really good at stopping to bleed out their own information across the map when on attack. We've seen that on the previous map. This time they need to do it a little bit more cleanly. That's it. And it is of course another
Astra नहीं मिले तो फिर भी इसका वहाँ चल रहा है.
On their initiation ability and Famazine to jump in behind that. So let's see how he's going to be playing up in this game and how impactful once again is DOS9 going to be for this team. First game, he was amazing, outstanding stuff. The utility usage from this man so far showing to be on par with the rest of tier 1. Can he continue that in map 2 is my big question. And on the side note, I'm genuinely really, really ecstatic and happy to see this guy playing this well on the tier 1 scene.
Yeah, I mean, technically tier 1 hasn't started yet. They're still a ways away, but looking at them adjusting coming into, this tournament is really exciting if you think about it. I mean, I think just now there was a bit of a mention, right, coming in from Juvenile about what the pressure is, for these players. I mean, for most of the tier 2 players, I mean, playing a LAN is not really something that they do every week like they do in tier 1, right? So that is an adjustment in itself, and it's honestly understandable why they would face a bit more pressure coming into this year. I mean, it's their first time together, playing as a team, trying to adjust off each other. And I heard it's not really that long ago that Global Esports has been put together as well. And I think that having this sort of broadcast as well for, to show off this show match sort of helps in a way. The idea that people are watching, how many thousands of people are watching in terms of the performance as well, just keeping that good headspace is just very, very important. Now, let's talk a little bit about a split coming up. I think they just played yesterday, I believe, against RA. And I believe it was quite a very, I would say it's very one-sided. It was a 13-5
Skin खरीदने से नहीं.
And the fact that, for this team running that neon yesterday from Patrick, who I think it's very important.
Doom skin खरीदने से कुछ नहीं होगा, skill खरीदो.
Neon is right now is something that they have really been leaning into, and I'm glad that they're actually embracing that. Now, the last time that Boom Esports played this, I believe it was with a Jet. And I think we've seen what they can do with the Jet, right? I mean, how they approach this game. Not Jet, sorry, it was Raze.
It was a Raze. It was a Raze.
Yeah, it was Raze. Yeah, it was Raze. Yeah, exact same comp. But last time they played this during Predator League, it was Lilo playing the Raze, not Famous.
Yeah, they have changed things up here, and you've got Famazine back, of course, playing it, and he's gonna be, he's very comfortable. He loves his duelist, and he's a really experienced one as well. And Patrick, on the other hand, now needs to showcase what he's got once again. He's been amazing on Split. That Neon has been a lot more than effective for Global Esports. But I expect these players now to adjust to that Neon, Boom Esports. I mean, they're going to adjust to that Neon, I think, pretty well. I think this is going to be a tough fight for Global Esports, given that, again, it's a double controller comp on both sides. Yes, the Astra provides a lot more variability in the way that you can control a side, but once again, is that Omen paranoia that could throw things in the mix. And of course, you've got the Sky Flashes, which are also a menace in the right hands, and NC Slasher has been doing a good job with the initiation.
For Boom Esports, we talked about home turf buff, but right now we should talk about the Gary buff. Always the loudest person in the room, but Global Esports, aggressive as ever, denies Garage from Boom Esports entirely. And Boom Esports, they're forced to move out the way here. But leaving Shiro, will they check him is the question. They do, but Shiro wins it too with just a classic before finally Crystal shuts him down.
Yeah, reaction instantaneous from Boom Esports here to take the plan straight towards spawn. And they're going to start pushing up. A lot of map control. I'm not sure if Yudoton and Poppy might expect this.
Here, playing very close. Right click to the face. Poppy answers. But still, would it be hard for him as two of them already in CT. Now, Crystal coming in from main. The recon to come forward. Knows no one is close. But Heaven's side, he has to watch. Ali's side, he has to watch. No idea where to look, where to go. It's not gonna be easy. What we can do here is maybe go for exit frags. Try to put in a bit more damage. But Boom Esports, all eyes onto the other area as well. As soon as he peeks, he might go down here. Good for one, good for two. But in the end of the day, can't do more than that.
Yeah, he drops all the players, that's all he gets, but Global Esports start seemed to be good. Dropping 2 players there to the Viper was a big no-no. Instantly, they got disconnected. Boom Esports, once they realized that 3 players have pushed up B main, it means that the B site's empty. Crystal would have nowhere near time to readjust into the site as quickly as he would have hoped for, and that's exactly where the plant went down towards spawn. Pushed up, take an extra bit of control. That's exactly what Rare Adam were not doing yesterday, and now we're doing pretty well on day 2. It's these
इसलिए आवाज कर रहा था.
What part of the map to attack, where to take control, and how to put pressure on the opponent's side when they cut off an entire part of the map by themselves.
No way.
भाई स्लेयर गाना गाता है. हाँ भाई स्लेयर गाना गाता है तो ऐसे आवाज आता है.
Free B take for Boom Esports. Yeah, Berserk's just sort of trying to see they could crunch him 2 different areas. Can buy some time. Backstab will be so good right now. There's a paranoia already. Unfortunately, Berserk's his timing was just not there enough to put in a bit of damage.
अब तेरी गान मारता हूँ रुक. अब तेरी गान मारता.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
1 to his guy before finally Poppy shuts him down. Gets a bit of an upgrade here. Oh my god, he just waited so sharp in the end of that dash too. Now they have to go for a take here. And Boom Esports once again positions themselves all the way up there in CT. They can't get out to the site here, but as soon as they peek out, it's going to be 3 members just pointing guns straight at them.
नहीं मैं तो फॉस्टर तक का स्ट्रीम देख रहा था.
Their side here, I'm guessing they're trying to go for exit frags and just go down to spike, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, once again, the cosmetic stun strikes.
क्या?
How he gets away with 2 there, I have no clue. 1 was acceptable, the second, absolutely not. Really, really good stuff.
माइक घिस रहा था.
Berserks here to get away with that. I mean, fair enough.
मैं थोड़ा माइक घिस कर देख रहा था उसके अंदर से जीन निकलेगा कि नहीं.
And now Global Esports on their full buy round are gonna set up pretty heavy towards that A site. Got the cipher that Udaton's gonna be playing on A. And they're actually going for a bit of a mid push here, it seems. Kelly to maybe just hold on a little bit of an aggressive position as Boom Esports now hold for any sort of Global Esports mechanisms in terms of map control. Nothing of that sort just yet. They're gonna hold back and let Boom do their thing. But Boom themselves are just waiting to see where the information leaks. Trailblazer towards mid instantly triggers off a bit of retaliation from the defense, but still a
ये कर देना किसी थाकते हैं.
Is probably going to be the first point of contact in terms of a fight.
Quiet here, Poppy. Gonna buy some time. Kellyes plays perfectly with the utility. Famous answers here for top side. Kellyes plays beautifully.
भाई ठीक है भाई.
Boom Esports, they're not done. Here comes Patrick.
ठीक है भाई.
Some movement, dude. Wow.
Yeah, he loves this map, you know. It's been pretty evident for the last 2 days as well. He just absolutely loves Split. He's just got some sort of you know.
हाँ वो बोलता है कि कोई भी बाकी नहीं रहेगा, हर कोई मेंबर होगा.
A bunch of players, but of course it was Patrick to the rescue who just slides in like a hero and then slides out like one as two. A little bit of, you know, deficit in terms of weaponry.
आप बोलते हो?
Judge a bunch of regenerative shields here. But Esports looking
बिग फैन. अरे एसएसएल भाई दिखा दिए कि मेरे मेंबर नहीं. मगर एसएसएल भाई बन सकते थे, नहीं बने.
Already have a bit of idea, semblance of idea that there's gonna be at least 1 person up.
ईस्ट में ज़्यादा मांगते हैं क्या?
Eyes onto mid side. I don't think they saw the player inside of sewers now.
रुको मैं बताता हूँ. ये है 59 रुपीस.
Oh, what?
What is that shot? 2 to the
छोड़ देता हूँ.
And he wants more, can't. Famous is just gonna quickly knock him down. He's gonna be making his way onto heaven side as well. Breaks the cam, breaks the recon as well here. Kellyes quietly gonna find his way onto window side. Famous to fall. Shiro's timing unfortunately not good enough. Still here, 3 members all around. Udotan finally gets his first pick off of the day.
30 seconds left.
Someone hits his A side here. Gonna clear that corner with the utility. A jump shot forward. 1, 2, 3. Hold on together here. Shiro trying his best to dwindle down the numbers of Global Esports, and it's hard. 1 on 4. Such a tall order to ask for. He's just gonna move out of the way. Just most likely gonna go for a save here.
10 seconds left.
डर गया भाई ये.
Good decision from Shiro to just hold on because he is on 47 HP. He could have lost his life there if he had taken 1 more extra step towards the left side. Udatan was ready to take him down, but he's going to be getting away with a Phantom and this little clip here from Patrick. Absolutely great. Honestly, after the disgustingness that he pulled off, he kind of deserved a bullet to the face from Francis.
अरे वो स्लाइड का नहीं कुछ दिखे क्या?
Hey, it is what it is.
स्लाइड का कुछ नर्फ नहीं हुआ था, जो नर्फ हुआ था इसका हुआ था. नॉर्मल रन गन का हुआ था. जो भी नर्व कर लो मतलब उतना तो नर्व नहीं होता है. क्लोज रेंज में या फिर एक लक फैक्टर रह ही जाता है. अरे इसका कभी कभी क्या हो जाता है भाई इसका.
Looking to find some success on mid. Nade's going in deep.
They've
gotten early control so far. They pushed Kelly off his mark, and they're going to take in towards Wen. So mid is completely forgiven to Boom here.
आपका एप्पल है.
Now they have to decide where does this attack split into. They've got the Viper on B main.
जी भाई.
And he's gonna have to wait till that tripwire is broken because it's gonna be very powerful for Shiro there to try and gain control on Ryzen because he's got eyes everywhere at the moment.
रिपोर्ट ही कर दो जो आ रहा है वही कर दो.
Inside here, Crystal unfortunately will be caught off guard. Still, Urutan on site itself. You have Patrick Hu as well, just playing the Kingmaker here, putting in the damage, gatekeeping the site. Already here, alone as Patrick Hu, he's making a bomb, and you can tell.
अरे मैं म्यूट पे बात कर रहा था. मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि लैपटॉप से हो जाएगा आपका वैसे.
Patrick, yes, that's who he is right now. He's got multiple personalities. Patrick Hu, Patrick what, Patrick why. You know, as I've been told by Juvenile, he's got multiple personas. This is Patrick, yes.
G fighting, एकदम भाई.
Patrick, keep doing whatever you're doing. Patrick, do not stop. Any more phrases, go for it. But right now, it seems like he's going to be doing that, what I just said. Patrick, do not stop. As he's going to be facing off Boom head on towards his A main side. And I'm not sure he's ready for it. Now he gets back.
A lot of util just to break that execute there. Well played by Global Esports. Boom Esports first.
अटक गया. हाँ ठीक है.
Peeks from Shiro over at mid as well, so immediately gonna smoke off Vent's area. Maybe for the right time to drop that paranoia as well. Helias still puts in a bit more pressure toward aiming. But Famous has already found himself all the way up onto heaven. Pre-fires for the box. He even moves up with the paranoia, but Global Esports has done a good job of playing.
You're chalak, bro. You're chalak, very much chalak.
Forcing Boom Esports to fight them.
Yeah. Crystal's just gonna clear out that close ramp region, but Boom Esports heard that, so now they're gonna start walking in. Kelly, he's having a constant jiggle of that little cavity towards A, but the minute he spots one, it's gonna turn into a rampage. And they've been doing it time and time again. That tripwire is gonna catch one, I believe. Sure, it doesn't. He gets away with it, but the Hunter Shuri comes out, and now it's on to
no way.
लोग जंप करके हेड मार रहे हैं भाई. लौड़े का नार.
But that was extremely chaotic, scrappy even. But still, GE, a lot to do for that retake there. Moves quickly into the side as well. Famous first off. We already have the overdrive online as well. Patrick Hu putting in the sprays, the damage. Shiro positions himself.
भाई ये मैं बोलता हूँ कि भाई ये पैट्रिक का आल्ट भाई मेरे को बहुत खतरनाक लगता है भाई. कुछ भी करता है भाई आल्ट को लेकर.
Another point to their name is looking so good right now.
Yep. Once again, it is going to be Patrick to enter into the side, create the
नहीं.
The minute you hear that phrase from the Neon when the ult is deployed, you have to be scared. You have to be wondering, oh god, where is this guy going to come from? He's going to strike lightning. And even though he was in such a small crunch of that elbow, he was just moving left, right in that just tiny micro movements to make sure that the Sky NC Slasher does not land a single bullet on him. Then he runs around the side, finishing off the rest as well.
इन्हें का हो सकता है, मतलब इन्हें का जो भी टीम्स वगैरह है.
Holding on to the side, and that ended up being a great Global Esports round once
पता
again.
नहीं.
Now, the setup, of course, is going to be looking to change, I think. Boom Esports have called in a timeout here, and I believe that Six Fingers is going to probably no doubt...
मेरे को लगता है कि मेरे को ये लाइटिंग में अगर खेलने के लिए बोलेंगे तो मेरे को प्रॉब्लम होगा.
So far, mid has been successful for them. They need to try and hold on to that region as much as possible, and they right now need to find some more picks before they actually enter into a site.
Uni, what do you think so far? What's happening?
I think Boom Esports need to be a little bit more aggressive towards mid. I just mentioned, you know,
नहीं
mid control convincingly, then
नहीं ये हो सकता है जेनजी वगैरह
you know, avenues to exploit. I feel like they should be able to split better onto the sites that they want to go towards, because the A site mostly has just been from that main region, and they're not able to exploit it the way that they want to by going in just from one straight line. So that's what I think.
This push is just so aggressive. Look at these two teams just completely push up forward. It's like watching two Rhinos just completely go at it. Famous for one already. The stinger in hand has done a lot of damage. Now Urotan, he wants to fight. He pushes through those smokes. The cage, excuse me. But Famous, with a showstopper in hand here. Urotan's timing is just so good. I'm not sure how he survived that actually. But Anti-Slasher finally knocks him down.
Spike planted.
Poppy here. Forced to buy some time as well. His teammate not close enough. The crossfire set up by Boom Esports is huge. A smoke as well. Very, very hard to try and cross this and try and break this defense. Crystal at least finds one here, but Poppy, he pushes out. Famous is there to answer. But they completely crunch him as well with Berserks as well.
Yeah, pretty solid round from Boom Esports, and that timeout worked to perfection. They understood how exactly this time to take control of that A site and deny Global Esports any sort of, entry into the site. They made them feel uncomfortable. Global Esports were going on the aggressive foot. They didn't want them to let them, go for the plant at all. But Boom seemed to be ready for it. Held off the flood pretty easily, almost, because they had multiple numbers committed to taking that fight. And in the end, it was them to win that round 4-3. And here comes a Viper's Pit to set off that mid into just their hands. That green pit is not going to deny Boom Esports any sort of information and control, which means they're going to have to now focus on the extremities, because flushing Kelly out of that is going to be a nightmare, given that there's a tripwire there to support him as well. And Shiro, once again, up to his no-goodness towards that B main side, and he's actually managed to crawl in. No, he's going to go back.
No, I think it's just more of just trying to get an idea of what to expect here. There's a lot of question marks for Boom Esports there. No clue how this has been set up. Urotan, he's playing very aggressively inside of the smoke, waiting in the corner. You also have Master Smoke as well in that corner as well. And Urotan completely takes advantage but cannot survive longer than that. Unfortunately for Patchy, he will be flashed, but he's not done quite yet. Nearly goes down. But from the one end here, there's Crystal. Shock darts forward, not enough to put into damage, not enough to take down the members of Boom Esports. They get the plant once again. 2-4 retake. Not gonna be the easiest for Global Esports, and they know it. Once again, it's called a save for Global Esports. They're not even gonna try and challenge this.
Yeah, once again, it is going to be a solid B take from Boom Esports. They had such great pathing, and they made sure that they made Global Esports feel the pressure in the way that they want to, because they're not able to actually hold on these sites. Global Esports, their proactiveness has kind of been now matched up by Boom. They're being able to give them the exact same treatment on the attack side, so it's kind of like tit for tat right now. And they need to probably find, a bit of a difference in this game right now, because Boom are going to continue to play in this style until it is broken by Global. So I feel like a timeout might be probably, if not this, then maybe the next. Oh, never mind. As I said, it comes up.
Dang.
इसका क्या दिक्कत है?
One end, I mean, again, I think it comes back to a Ascent game when you mentioned
ये सज्जन को क्या दिक्कत है?
how both these teams play so similarly, and I completely agree with you. I'm seeing that mirror mindset come through. It just honestly, this is the peak Apex style gameplay here. You've seen the firepower come through from Indonesian teams. The same could be said about Filipinos as well. And I love that GE has really kind of leaned into that, going aggressive on both fronts here. Push-pull, yeah, but at the same time, some moments we can see GE sort of play aggressive on both sides as well. But the difference between GE and Boom Esports is that Boom Esports, the way they execute together is just so terrifying. When every single player can shoot, and every single player you can sort of like, I would say, trust to play these aggressive style plays on their own. That's what's so terrifying about them compared to GE, who relies a lot more on being able to trade.
Oh boy, this time I'd better.
और मेरा है +69.
Clarity as to how they want to move further into this game. Global Esports need to once again defend that B hit coming in from Boom Esports, because they're going in as quickly as possible. It seems gonna expect an initial contact, and there goes a snake bite to make sure that nobody's gonna try any sneaky business. There's no operator either so far from Patrick, which they have tried before. but it seems like this time around they're gonna wait. The bullets have expired, and here he goes. Famous did get caught off guard.
Bhai, theek hai
Look at that spray through the smoke.
He's not able to capitalize off that trip. Kelly S is here at the very least. Timing could be huge. No, it's anti-slasher that comes out on top. Yokam gonna quickly find the one lurker to a mid-side area here. Berserk's done and dealt with here. Still, they have to deal with so much here. They have the pit to deal with as well. Moves up forward, slide as well, used already. Poppy will slowly make his way into the smokes. He capitalizes timing. Huge to find NC Slasher, but that's not the target he wants to look forward here. Bit more pressure in here. Famous playing very aggressive forward. Can win it as well. Poppy! He's to come up forward one by one. The members of Boom Esports fall.
भाई nice retake भाई.
Despite the advantage of sight, despite the advantage.
ये पता है अभी ये नहीं बात कर सकते हो. डिस्कॉर्ड नहीं जा रहा है.
Yeah, the biggest problem
डिस्कॉर्ड नहीं.
The fact that nobody really played outside of the pit. Everybody just kind of committed to allowing Global Esports to surround them across every single angle. Patrick did the best job of going across on the other side of the map.
अज़ीज़ पता है ये फर्स्ट ऑफ द सोने चलेगा शेयर देगा.
Spawn was taken, Heaven was taken.
साला सो रहा है अभी. ठीक है अभी कुछ देर बाद आके बोले भाई जो नींद हुआ ना भाई.
One player who needs to stay in there was a Viper. Everybody else could have just gone out and take control together, but they were just isolated, looking at certain angles, and got caught off guard. That's completely thrown them. Global Esports this time around do not want to.
भाई पता नहीं भाई कैसे सो जाता है भाई ये. कहीं पर भी सो जाता है भाई.
NC Slasher on the other hand has taken ramp control for Berserks and given him a bit of space to play with, as once again Global Esports now calling on for the rotation. Patrick's making his way back towards A, as Crystal actually has sent.
कहीं पर भी किसी के साथ सो जाता है भाई ये. हाँ अरे उस दिन देखा डिस्कॉर्ड में ये और स्लेयर सो रहे थे.
Side already. Berserk's quick to react off that, but so does Yokam. Here to go, and he sprays and moves out the way, but it's gonna be Dogside and denies him more damage. Smoke's done already, and Udotan from the side itself. Playing so carefully with his
आपका क्विज खत्म नहीं होता है भाई.
These are kill trips set up already here. A lot of smokes to work with, a lot of cover as well.
चलो भाई.
Boom Esports, they're patient. Smoke with windows here. Flash as well. Snake bite. Will they actually check him? No, they don't. Uno that plays so perfectly with his utility. The entire defense A side is his domain. No one crosses through at all. And Famous left all alone here. His position's been noted already by that neural theft. The cam broken. They know he's on ramps. Udo time is not done. Bloodthirsty as ever here. No idea that Famous has moved forward here. They push and he falls. And Famous happy with that one pick off he got as he runs away. Tail between his legs. Trying to bring a gun to another round here. And now Esports extend the lead.
Yeah, they need as many rounds as they possibly can get. You know, 8-4 would be an amazing scenario, all things considered, because of course they are playing on the defensive split, which is considered historically to be the better side of this map. But in the past, Global Esports have also shown that their attack is just as good. And it's going to be difficult for them to this time maneuver against a team like Boom on split, because they're a lot more well-versed to play on this map. Seems like there is a pause at the moment, and Crystal is just gonna probably take a small little bathroom break, and Esports too at the middle of it will just make sure that all their players are feeling, you know, light and good.
Yeah. Here's a little fun fact about the
भाई काल के डार्क बोललो ना जे একটা গেম না হতে ওই উদারিং ওয়েভস না কি নাম বললো হ্যাঁ ভাই কত সাইজ বলতো গেমটা
what's the word is the rule slash
আরে না ফোন মোবাইল গেম
the idea or the vision of Boom Esports.
भाई 12.65 GB डाउनलोड होता है
Rohit, the last time I visited, like every time they go there, they have to be
फोने
reminded
खेलबो
of the integrity of being a pro player.
That's really nice. Wait, you said this is near the water dispenser, right?
Yeah, it's right above the water dispenser.
Okay, it would be really weird if this was in the toilet, you know? Like, imagine you're going to pee, and then when you close the door, right in front it's written, remember what you have to do. And then he's sitting like, yo, I know, I'm just doing it right.
আমি তো নামিয়েছি, আমি খেলি তো সায়নের সাথে।
Remember that. It's because it's because I think it was what Crystal went to go get water. And I'm wondering, when he reads that, will that empower him? Will that change the mindset or anything like that? You know, imagine, right? Kind of like an anime moment when he's like, Father, I remember now. I'm sorry, I've been watching a lot of anime recently.
I'm so sorry. I just got another one. This is great motivation again for players. You know, if you want to be a pro player,
আরে আমি অফিসে গেলে খেলি তো ভাই।
If you want to be a pro player and you want to get in the mentality of getting a pro player, you need to be on your toes all the time, correct? You need to be great at everything you do.
আমি এখন স্ট্রিম বন্ধ করেই খেলবো এখন। আমি ওই জন্য এবারে কত নিয়েছি বলতো জায়গাটা?
Into that mentality.
সালা 512 দিবি সালা।
All you need to do is take a sheet of paper.
500 RGB ইন্টারনাল।
Do it better and paste it across every room of your
house. Even when you go ফোনটা
you read it, do it better.
সালা সব ইনস্টল করো।
And then you even do that better.
Okay, in contrast, right? You look at Boom Esports. You have founder/owner himself. I think regardless of what esports title, he's always flying out to watch his team play. And right now, show match, he's right there behind his players. What more? How much more motivating can that be? Now, I don't know if you know, Universe, Gary, he's one of the loudest cheerleaders around for the team. He owns the team. He's also the cheerleader for the team. Like whenever he's yelling, everyone stares at him.
Nice. That's very interesting. I like hearing that. Of course, we always need loud cheerleaders. And speaking of loud cheerleaders, it's gonna be Dawson and.
That's a loud opening from Boom Esports. Look how aggressive they are. Quickly taking up space, completely just smothering the site. They can't do anything. Global lost 2 players already. Famous eats a bit of damage from that shock dart. Gets a pop-up as well. He does have the new Regen shield as well. Shiro here playing this corner. His location has been revealed. He's stuck here. Can't do anything. He has to try to isolate these fights here. Hard to move. A flash as well. And Kelly S quickly gets the job done. Still another 3 members to deal with. Kelly S, he puts in the damage. 2-on-2, equalizing numbers. Poppy from the other end. From screens. Nova piles forward, sharp to the head. One more to worry about. Famous as these is enough to take him down. 3 HP, but Kelly S brings in the pain. And they get the round. Global Esports. Split looks to be one of their stronger maps, at least for today.
Yeah, I thought initially this is going to fall apart because they lost 2 players so quickly. Boom Esports turned up the pace really fast on that A side right off the pause. But once again, the safety net of Kelly S comes in, getting that double kill on towards main was so important. And then, of course, it was Poppy who delivered the killing blow almost to Famously to deny him any sort of close potential there. He was 1 HP basically, and that was a brilliant retake from Global Esports. 7-4, and winning this last round too will just be cherry on top of the cake for them, because this half started off a little bit shaky, but to finish it this strong would give them so much confidence. Boom, once again outside that B main, Poppy's here this time, and he's got himself a little concealed, throwing down another star just to make sure that nobody's gonna come up close and he can isolate these fights. But after throwing down that Viper smoke orb, they're just gonna go back here. The spike currently still in towards mid, so Boom Esports still debating about where exactly this hit's gonna go. I'm not sure what the idea is. They do have information now thanks to the Trailblazer. It's gonna go up towards the heaven, instantly destroyed, and here goes the showstopper.
Here comes already on the other side of sight. Now Famous recon already shows his location as well. Kelly yes from here, but here comes Magic Q here. A slide to come forward here. Shiro shuts him down at the very least. But his teammates are still on site, still putting in damage to any of the members of Boom Esports trying to get onto the site. But NC Slasher, the rest, they're thinking about pivoting here. Going toward A site. But they have to worry about the Cypher, the trips, the setups as well. Shiro gonna find his counterpart. But Berserk here is holding. He didn't shoot. Timing. He's on his side here. Crystal wins it in the end. Berserk's punished. And so does NC Slasher. Leaving Shiro on his own. Trigger spike shouldn't be an issue. Getting on there is going to be the problem, as he is not only showed his location away, but also with Udotan and his teammates on Heaven. My God, Global Esports, they're completely smothering the members of Boom Esports.
Yeah, it's total domination so far. They've kind of adjusted behind which part of the maps to actually keep control of. And Global Esports realize, you know, as long as they've got mid and these extremities where they can split from in their hands, Boom Esports are going to find a lot of trouble to get into these sites with the amount of, you know, control that they need. They've let the sites be a little bit more empty. They played one player there, yes, but most of the control has been towards that mid region. The attention that Global Esports have constantly been given has given them 4 rounds in a row on defense to put it up to 8-4, giving them the best scenario possible.
This time around, Global Esports, all eyes onto B main here.
Scout destroyed.
Immediately spotted out by that Trailblazer, but doesn't really deter Patrick Hu at all. Straight toward the backside already. His teammates, unfortunately, not able to follow through quite yet. They know already here. And just shoots them in the face one by one. Berserks to get one, but immediately trades back. Global Esports. Incredible firepower. Shiro against a 3. Could try and isolate. But GE, they look like they have protocols. Look at that. 2 playing from main, 1 toward the other back of sight. As soon as he crosses, a high-low setup and a crossfire as well. It's not easy. But still, Shiro gonna try a quick peek. And there you have it. Global Esports gonna quickly take this round and bring it to a 9.
Yeah, solid start here. Absolute burst down. The flood was insane. They just plagued Boom Esports as if they had no time to actually adjust. The players who were playing on Heaven got 1 second to kind of jump down into hell and support the players on site. But DOS9 just not ready for that outswing and wide. And the rest of GE let the wall drop down, fight together the minute, you know, the Patrick had control of backside. And just really good stuff, you know, where to peek, when to peek, on point. But we've seen them get ecoed before, and I don't hope to see it now. Good initial contact onto B main to deny Boom Esports any sort of information. But the smoke comes in retaliation from DOS9, and that's going to just slow down Global Esports for a bit. Yuratan back to his usual nuisance of keeping that A main in control by himself, as Patrick currently has been left to just stand in mid and hope for the fact that Boom Esports pushes up and gives Global Esports a free pickoff, but not going to be the case at the moment.
Shots about here. Berserk's completely capitalizes playing with his teammates over on ramps now. Quickly changes there, gets a bit of an upgrade as well, because his smoke's already set down onto B main as well. As he slasher, his timing might be good here if he's lucky. Spots out that drone, tries to break it, so his presence has been noted there onto mid area, and GE thinks twice about trying to go up there. But the rotations are already coming through here from the members of Boom Esports. Full control of Heaven already. No idea what's behind those screens. It's 2. Yes only goes in hand here. And Famous with the Bucky. Of course it's gonna be the Bucky. 2 to his name. Poppy's timing could be huge. Good for 1 already. DOS9 knocked down. Crystal gonna go up those ropes there. Bringing attention onto Heaven's side. But here's Poppy on the other end. Playing perfectly behind the pillar. There's still Shiro to worry about. 13 seconds to go. Shouldn't be a problem getting the spike onto the site, but Shiro only has a shorty in hand. Tries to put the damage in. Can't do more than that, and here's our first ace of the day, Poppy! What a statement play.
Yeah, it came on the back of a little bit of scrappiness from Global Esports. They didn't expect that Bucky up close and personal. He swung out there and got 2 Famazine in the end, got a little scary, and Poppy really lucky to readjust, because why? Famazine took out his knife right before he saw his teammate fall down, and that's exactly why Poppy survived there. Otherwise, Crystal would have been in a 1v2. Global Esports genuinely lucky to win that round after what just happened. They shouldn't have, but they did thanks to Poppy being a little bit aware of positions and just a touch of luck coming his way. So they need to be careful about how they approach this, because this is not the first time Global Esports have had, you know, scrappy anti-eco rounds. They're good on the pistols themselves too, but they cannot get, you know, they cannot get to a position where they lose players in multiple numbers like this, like they just did in the previous one. 3 they lost, dropped a bunch of weapons, and now they're gonna have to reinvest, as you can see.
Yeah, completely agree with you. Coming into this one, I think it's so interesting that you mentioned that as well, right? It's just a matter of like this individual brilliance that's coming in through the team as well. But at the same time, as you said, Universe, I don't think, you know, getting picked off that early very, very soon is the way here for GE. But I think this is something that they want to try and fix eventually.
Initial contact, once again, pretty similar, and they've got 3 players here, but what they don't expect is up and down system. Smoke comes off.
Oh my god, it's a bloodbath on B main! Patrick, who still very much healthy and alive, peeks forward, smokes off heaven. Now he lies in wait. Poppy's here as well already. They have the Cypher just roaming onto it mid area here, Udotan. His timing could be massive. But Shiro is making sure that he could cross safely with the orb. Pokes up his head here, NC Slasher. Gonna be happy that he's able to just move out the way safely. Enough info as well.
Gotta go! Spike drop!
The plant's gonna come down, and that's gonna be no problem. They've heard the tap in, and
Spike
Udotan's
planted.
kind of repositioned as well. He's gone in towards B main. Throws in a trap wire for the flank just in case. Spawn's been cleared out from NT Slasher, and now Boom have plenty of information that this has to be either pillar, backside, or B main.
Free fire from Udotan. Flash just to confirm everything here. And oh my god! What on earth was that? But Shiro gonna quickly capitalize here. Poppy forced to hold on his own, but NC Slasher is there. Not too sure what the idea was between Patrick Who, but oh, that's just so unfortunate. He got a bit too aggressive there.
Boom Esports did a really good job of clearing out initial angles towards mid and CT to make sure that nobody actually was there in these positions. And Global Esports are rescinded. They kind of should have taken the aggressive control to maybe fight Boom Esports on these cavities, but they just chose to play towards back of side, pillar, and B main. Play on the back of double swings, but unfortunately for them, they just couldn't adjust their aim to the right position at the right time. That's going to lead Boom Esports to their 5th round. 10-5, still, of course, Global Esports double the lead away from where Boom currently sit upon. They've got the Cosmic Divide as well, and mid seems to be a point of contention for GE. Shiro, the only one here, puts up his Viper to protect him and make sure that he can clear his close angles.
There.
Smoke from Dust9 follows as Global Esports now maybe look to reconvene with Udotan and might go for an A split, it seems like.
Oh man, that does not bode well. Udotan caught with his pants down here. But look at where the concentration of Global Esports players are. Straight onto heaven. Berserks is ready for him. Shiro here. Unfortunately, Poppy was there. Quick swing and a pop is just all he needs here. Moving and weaving on the side itself through the smokes, and GE putting that pressure onto the smokes as well. A good read forward. There is the pain shells just to deny the plants, but it doesn't stop it. Not enough at the very least. Positions all around here, all the way on the back of side pillar, B main as well. Quick TP from DOS9. Gonna catch someone off guard? No. It's Kelly S that comes up on top here. Good protocols from GE. Crossfires, layers in fact. It is so hard to break this defense. Boom Esports gonna raise up their hands and concede defeat as Kelly S at least gonna find Famous as he leaves the site itself. And for Boom Esports, left in a position where they're just scratching their heads. No clue how to deal with this. They don't check it, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be NC Slasher gonna find 2 pickoffs as a consolation prize, getting away by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, I was a little concerned that Udotan getting caught out here would be a problem, but GE's instant response of losing that player there is going to be go towards that B side with full conviction. Only problem that Boom had this time around, making individualistic plays, getting a little desperate to find some form of an advantage. forced Berserks to pop out of that smoke, made DOS9 put that, shrouded step on top of boxes on the left side of B main, and that's given GE their 11th round. Now, I think there's a timeout here called in. I'm pretty sure. Yep, Six Fingers has called it in, and he's not happy with the way that these rounds have been trickling down for GE and against his team. But the biggest comforting factor right now for Boom Esports should be the fact that they can continuously catch Yuratan off guard on that A main position, because there's literally 90% of times that he's alone there, and if they're able to cut him off once again, they should be able to play good retakes on that B side, considering that this time Berserks and DOS9 don't give up their life one by one.
It's kind of giving that same energy from that first map, right? With Urotan playing on in front of B, and then he's getting punished over and over again there. It's giving the same thing, and I'm really wondering if there is going to be, a change or an adjustment on how exactly they approach how they play there. I mean, I'm seeing the positions there. He's still playing A main. He has his trips there, as you still there. But this time around, it's Patrick Hu with him.
Yep. He's got support, and Poppy's gonna join them as well as he's running over there. But this time I think they're trying to bait out. I think the fact of the matter is Global Esports kind of read into the fact that Boom might maybe try to catch the Cypher once again. So they've given up a little bit of backup, actually a whole lot of backup. Everybody's here from Global Esports. Initial pieces of information thrown towards B main, and now this ultimate from Patrick could probably be the game changer.
Trailblazer only spotting one here. Unfortunately, Yokam is being spotted. Urotan, quick to answer. NC Slasher, big damage, and so does Patrick Hu. A bucket to the face. That is cold. In fact, he swaps it to a Vandal. Shiro here. Timing not on his side. Gonna try to see if he can flank these players. No one's watching the backside. Kelias. Timing was just so good for him. Dwindled down to only 22 HP. That is overwhelming for Boom Esports to deal with. How explosive this team can be.
Yeah, Berserk's just saving a Bulldog here. It's more of a time for them to decide how exactly they're going to approach this final round or final few rounds, because Global Esports now have 6 chances at the bare minimum to shut this game down. And Boom Esports' economy is kind of favoring that factor a lot more than it was in the previous rounds. Seems like Patrick's just trying to troll around with Crystal, but Crystal, he's not one to be faced by bullets like these.
He's not phased.
He only turns if the bullet makes a big sound like the op. Classic bullets don't do anything to him. He's basically basically invincible. Yeah, he's invincible to classic bullets. It needs to be something bigger. You cannot touch Crystal like that.
Oh yeah. You know what? I thought the big guns were his thing. Maybe saw the damage he did on map 1, right?
Wait,
exactly
what?
Approached his...
Wait,
what?
Yes. The big. What? Oh, you mean the Odin? I thought you were he takes up the operator. Like no.
This goes here.
No, the big guns.
I can already see the chat going up in a whole different colors of this iteration. Well,
my bad,
variations of what you just said.
Regardless, another set play there. Immediately shock dart to Snakebite, and immediately as well they have an orb onto heaven. So Boom Esports immediately call red alert. But it's gonna be mid area is where Global Esports gonna try and approach this take from.
Well, they've kind of stopped in their tracks now. Global Esports just gonna take their slow, sweet time to finish off this game. But Boom are keen on finding information. They're getting desperate to just kind of get some sort of control on this map. And that's already actually accessed them. The fact that the Seekers have been deployed. Global Esports hear that, and they're heading into the BA set already. Berserks is here, and he's gonna just have to play a little safe.
Overdrive already online again. Famous gets Elias, but they do trade. Punish for taking up too much space there. Crystal. Location already been revealed, as so has the other members here. Poppy, whoa, through the smoke straight. Finds DOS9. As Urutan from a corner. Great protocols coming through here from GE. NC Slasher gonna find one before Crystal shuts him down. Global Esports showing
GG Global Esports, GG.
Man,
incredible stuff.
Absolutely, indeed. did. It was incredible, and they've done really well to make sure that Boom feel the pressure on their own map pick. Ascent was a lot closer, but Split is a statement victory from them to pull their map right under their noses. And this is going to head us into Bind, which I'm really excited for now because this is going to be the first time we see Global Esports on Bind. And I'm just looking forward to what exactly is going to be their composition, what's the game plan, and everything that comes under the sky with that. But for now, Boom Esports, yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, you finish it 1st. Go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say Boom Esports. I think that a lot of their problems arose from the fact that the team fights that they were first initially taking in that first half was working really well for them. They were good with, forcing Global Esports to push out on a certain part of the map and then instantly kind of, do a ring around behind them and take the space under their own home turf. And then they play around that, and they were able to make sure that Global Esports felt the equilibrium of, if you take control of one part of our side, which we usually take, we're going to force you into uncomfortable positions from our end. But then Global Esports flipped the switch, and in the entire game, they've only given them, I think, one round after they put up, I think, 7, 8 in a row. I'm not sure how, 9 in a row, actually.
Okay, I was gonna say, Uni, what was interesting for the fact of this match is like a complete mirror score from yesterday. 13-5 against RA, and 13-5 here today as well. And I think it's really amazing seeing how exactly they approach this map. I think Split is a very tricky map to play. There's a lot of heavy, I would say, control turret mid area here, and I think they played it to perfection, understanding how exactly to take this mid area. They're very patient in how they want to do things. And they are patient. They have players such as Patrick who just completely just W keys forward, takes up space. Yes, he falls, but his teammates are there for the quick trade as well. So it can be very overwhelming dealing with players who are playing, agents as quick as this Neon.
Absolutely. And I believe that they're going to be continuing that trend unless, of course, Patrick picks up the Raze on the next map. As of course, Bind is known for that Raze pick. But hey, we've seen these teams to pick up, seen this team particularly to pick up different comps. Who plays a Sova Neon on Split and plays it this well at that as well? So they've got their, a little bit of a tangent that they follow, and they love being that different team on every single map, even on the Ascent, right? But for now, there is a question on Boom's head. Are they going to swap players here? Is Lilo gonna come in? Because he did play the Bind really convincingly the last time in the previous tournament.
Oh yeah, he did.
Or is Famazine gonna continue with that race? Because Famazine didn't really have that great of a split right now.
I mean, to be fair, I believe that for Boom Esports, Lilo was only there as a stand-in for Predator League. I don't think he's part of the initial roster here. So, he was there just to really kind of band-aid the situation for him. But regardless, they still played very well, going 13-10 against La Familia. So, I wouldn't be surprised if they were to play this same comp, because coming from what we've seen today, Lilo is just completely just filling in for Famous. So it's going to be the same comp, I believe. At least I think so, because the last time they played was just so recent. It was like 9th November. So I'm not sure if they really had enough time to really truly change how they play. I would be surprised if they did though. But why break what's not broken? I mean, with Bind, we've seen Famous on the Bind. I mean, yeah, they do struggle on Bind, but at the same time, the amount of firepower Famous brings onto that map with the with the Raze is also something to behold as well. And we've seen it already on how he plays it during Ascension. Regardless, guys, we're gonna go for a quick break. After this, we're going to be seeing the third map between Boom Esports and Global Esports. Do not go anywhere, because this is not something that you want to miss.
I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions during this game as well to see what exactly is going to be the game plan, how they're going to go in forward. But of course, we will be having the big man, the main man himself, telling us a little bit about what we can expect from this map. Juby's going to be coming on in just a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Tash, Bind was just recently played for Boom Esports, and they played a pretty simple comp there once again. You know, they had the single duelist Raze, they had a Sky and Brim, Viper and Cypher. But what do you think Global Esports will play?
You know what? Let's ask the coach himself, Juvenile. He's here already. Now, coming into, I mean, when you talk about these things about Juvenile, right? I think that what's really impressive about him has been, like, I think his track record on Leviathan as well, and I'm glad to see him bring his expertise here to Global Esports themselves. Now, Juvenile, you had an incredible split. Can you walk me through what makes you guys so confident on that map?
Yeah, I mean, they picked it, but yeah, just we've had really good practices on that map with that comp. It works really well for us. We have a pretty good understanding of how to be proactive, when to be proactive, and yeah, it's definitely something that I think, you know, we'll be good on that map to go forward.
Well, Bind has been a map that you know, you've not played so far, but you've kind of, you know, not had a problem with it coming in the you know, map veto as well. So what can we expect from Global Esports on Bind?
A cook, but let's see if it's burnt or it tastes good. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
All right.
You know what? I like that answer. Okay, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen VODs, right? I'm sure you guys have prepared for Boom Esports, especially since they have VODs very, very recently from Predator League, Indonesia, coming into.
Hey, Shraddha, welcome to the stream. Bro, you're getting famous day by day. Can I? Ki famous wala? Nana office guys.
No, it's they're very similar duelists. They play similarly. It's a pretty plug and play for them. I think that's why you see them bouncing back and forth a little bit. We played against Famous and Lilo and scrims both, so yeah, it should be good, man. Boom is they're playing the Gen G comp, right, with Cypher, so it should be interesting, and
it's
interesting
like
to see how our comp's gonna do against it.
Guys, কুইটা করে দাও তাহলে লাইক
I'm excited to see what you guys have been coming up with. You know, I'm not sure if it's the same thing that I remember what I saw earlier on, but if it is the same thing, I'm really, you know.
আরে আমি ইন গেমে রিসোর্স ডাউনলোড করেছি প্লে স্টোর থেকে আপডেট করেছিল।
You know, Ascent, of course, was a map that you picked. You didn't go your way. Split.
ভাই এই 5G টাকে কিন্তু আমি অ্যাবিউজ করি ভাই, জানিস তো? এই জিওর যে 5G টা ওটাতে ভাই ভালো স্পিড দেয় ভাই, আমার ওয়াইফাই থেকে ভালো স্পিড দেয়। আমি যা কিছু ডাউনলোড করি 5G টা দিয়ে ডাউনলোড করি, 50-60 Mbps দিয়ে দেয় ভাই। আমি সিং 11 নাও ভাই, কেউ ডিসলাইক মানে দিয়েছে।
No, definitely confidence. That's sort of the point. You always want to play with confidence. You always want to play the more aggressive.
আরে না 350 মেগাবিট,
not the one getting pushed.
ঠিক আছে, আমি যেটা বলছি 60 Mbps মানে মেগাবাইট Mbps মানে হচ্ছে 600 Mbps।
Strong, you know, win pistol, maybe win a bonus.
হ্যাঁ, ওটা মেগাবিট। আর আমি যেটা 60 Mbps বলছি, ফোনে দেখবি উপর থেকে স্ক্রল ডাউন করলে যেটা দেখায়, দেখবি ওটাতে বিটা বড় লেখা থাকে, ওটা মেগাবাইট। ওইটাতে আমার 60 MB যাচ্ছে মানে তোর ওই ওকলাতে 600 Mbps যাচ্ছে, বুঝতে পেরেছিস? ভাই এমনি জিবিপিএস চলে যায় ভাই ইয়েতে ভাই।
I'll give it a good 9. Fuck it, a good 9.
A 9.
বড় বিয়া ছোট বিয়ের মধ্যে ডিফারেন্স হচ্ছে 10 এর, ঠিক আছে? 10 টাইমস 10।
Alright, we love a confident man. Thank you so much, Juvenile, for that interview. Good luck for that next map, and I'm really excited to see
তাহলে বড় সেকেন্ড কর।
what you can cook in that map as well.
না না, ওটা ফোনে দেখছিস তো নোটিফিকেশন প্যানেলে? হ্যাঁ, ওটা হচ্ছে মেগাবাইট।
Bye bye guys, GE winning.
মেগাবাইট পার সেকেন্ড।
GE winning, love it. Okay, now coming into this one, Juvenile, he gave a solid 9. And then just now we talked to someone and they said they have a bad feeling about today. Do you believe the coach's intuition or do you believe the viewer's intuition?
I believe the coach right now, because we're heading into a map with you know, a pretty interesting history for Global Esports, right? So of course we're gonna be expecting single I was gonna say single controller. Damn, okay, sorry for giving you trauma, guys. I hope we're gonna see double controller, if at all anything.
Okay.
no more single controller Viper.
ভাই DOS9 এত রেগে আছে
Damn, he looks so
না 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 আমার ম্যাট ইয়ে ছিল ম্যাট স্ক্রিন গার্ড ছিল সেটাতেই হয়ে যেত
intro picture ever.
Yeah, shout out to our
পাউডার এরা সব মাখামাখি করতো হান্টার ফান্টার ওরা পাউডার
staff, man, the entire content team, the graphic designers, everybody. Amazing work.
I was gonna
say it is Wise is here. Let's go.
চলো বাইন্ড দেখতে পাবো
Let's go to Wise to play with a neon clove fade. Yes, this is what I was hoping for. Let's go.
You sound so happy.
I am. I love having to see Wise here.
I mean, we don't see Vice played enough, right? So I am completely with you here. I think Vice... Okay. Vice on bind. Break it down for me, Uni.
I really love Vice because, you know, the agent really allows you to control extremities really well, right? Because that wall that you've got is actually such a great piece of information, just a great piece of utility to not just isolate fights, but the fact that if, let's say you put it on B long, right? You're playing on defense, you put it on B long, you're going to instantly have to, you don't need to worry about that because you put it deep. The range of you deploying that there's quite a bit of distance. So if you deploy it deep, you don't even need to worry about it because you'll instantly know that there's some distance between the players of Boom Esports coming in close to you and where the wall currently was just triggered. So it's really great to control the extremities of both A and B, especially showers and B long. I'm just excited to see how Kellyus is going to put this into play and how it's going to work.
Well, we shall see. Ooh, GE. An aggressive stance here, Universe.
Yeah, they are playing an aggressive stance, but they've instantly gone back. They just took a bit of an extra step. They're like, okay, you know what? Maybe you can just hold off for a second. Crystal does have a sheriff in his hand. Oh, and once crawls through, it might be not good for him because the stun's there.
Oh, that's perfect, actually. Crystal taking advantage of the distraction set up by his teammate here. Boom Esports, they're quick to answer back. But a crunch coming in from the member of Global Esports is incredible. Coming in from both showers and main as well. Look at this. All Patrick Hu did was just become that annoying fly that their crosshair has to deal with, leaving Crystal to pop heads in the back line.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was just ready for it. I did have a bit of a timing miss there. They're lucky to the fact that Boom Esports didn't realize you know, while they were standing on short. And now they've instantly changed up the setup. Kelly S has taken his entire you know, cavalry to that A site, whereas Boom Esports, they're running onto B, Hookah, and all 5 of them are gonna burst into Crystal's face.
Crystal barely survives with his life, and the C's actually gets 3 as well. No follow-up, just enough to buy time. Oh no, Patrick Hu playing that corner to perfection, but Boom Esports, they still break onto the site. Aggressive as ever here. Only good for 1 though. There's Patrick Hu down. All eyes on site. Corners smoked off main already here. Now, it's just about waiting off that utility. DOS9 has 1 quarter watched, and Kelly S has to watch close, has to worry about container as well. But immediately that haunt will be broken. Kelly S comes onto the side as well. Crystal wall bangs Berserks to death. But DOS9 with that classic, a right click straight to Kelly S's face. Now Poppy here on the top side, and Crystal is the one to get 2, 3 to his name, but still a costly round for Global Esports.
Yeah, once again, Global Esports just a little bit uncomfortable with these eco rounds, it seems. They're just not able to keep their own with multiple numbers standing. It is another scrappy win. It's something that they need to kind of fix. And I feel like with them expecting how this entire round, you know, whatchamacallit, the entire scenario of them playing eco rounds goes, they need to try and play a little bit more together instead of spread out the way they did in the previous round.
Wow, Global Esports already just rushing up forward there. A lot of attention to the alt orbs actually, just trying to deny that. And even then, Crystal has managed to get the Nightfall already.
Yeah. They do have the arc rose towards long if they want to fight it. I'm not sure if it's been spotted, but a great shot from Yudotan. and they've instantly lost a player. Throws in the Razer wine to keep things close, but Yudo's going for the fight.
Oh, that's aggression. 5 HP timing. Unfortunately, NC Slasher was ready for him here. Kellyas, he's put in his thorns already on too long as well. Gonna open it, just deny that space onto Boom Esports.
Kelly still jump peeking that. He's still got the Arc Rose to fight here, but it's gonna be spotted in a second because he's gotten away from that angle. So the flash, I don't think is gonna help him too much because they are now too far up close to be affected by that. Smoke goes down. Arc Rose is going to be affected. He will get information that there's players here as the rest of Boom actually run in towards the A side, and it's a teleporter play. Crystal finds the first kill.
Set down already.
আর কারো কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে না
Destroyed already, but it's still enough space for them to work together. It's going to be DOS 9 to 5 Patrick 2 in the end here. But the damage movement is just
আর কারো কথা শোনা যাচ্ছে না কেন আরে কারণ আমরা ডিসকর্ড অডিওটা শেয়ার করিনি ভাই এটা বাজে বাজে কথা বলছে ভাই হ্যাঁ ভাই ওই জন্য করা নেই যাও ভাই যে খেতে পড়তে দিচ্ছে মানে যে ওয়াচ পার্টি পারমিশন দিচ্ছে তাকেই খিস্তে হচ্ছে
Boom Esports can consider this a good victory even though they survived by just 2 players. They, got Crystal's Nightfall up pretty early on, and they've built up to the Orbiter Strike for DOS 9 as well. He just needs one more orb. But Yuratan, he himself too, by the way, who's had a role change again, he's playing on that Clove. He's allowed to play a lot more aggressive, and he loves that aggressive positions for himself because he was, of course, and has the blood of a duelist.
Buying space with that Arc Rose as well. He already had the Snake Bite as well. Yes, gonna deploy those Thorns. Berserk's here, his positioning. He could go for 2 even. Nearly does. Patrick, who finally gets knocked down as well. Berserks. Very, very patient with these pickoffs, and the rest of Boom Esports quickly teleport to the A site.
He's up and close personal. He's going to have the first contact here, but the problem is going to be that shower region because Boom are going to burst into it any second. Shiro just holding on to see if Global Esports make any movements.
Poppy. It's going to fall finally, but look at Boom Esports. The trades are just too good here. The same could be said about Global. Urutan went to his name already. Gets a refresher. Smokes. Deny him vision. Right click forward. Spots out that camera. Finally, gonna remove that dart. I think for him, I'm just gonna try and attempt going up here onto the site, but positions of Boom Esports is kind of hard to deal with. U-Haul's Heaven. Spot out already. No one's actually peeking either. He's smoked out. He's gonna try to push through. I think at the end of the day, sides is not worth it. And let's call a save here for now.
Yeah, good call to make the save as well. Didn't have to give up anything. He has an ultimate. He can use that weapon with for the next round and be kind of the hero player for the next. He's got good amount of shields as well. Doesn't even need to reinvest into shields. 32 is more than enough for him because he can drop to a teammate with the money that he's going to be able to, suffice for this round. Just want to have a look at the scoreboard as we will be able to see. Yep, there it is. And yeah, he's got money to probably drop in a Spectre if at all Global Esports decide to, force him to play a little bit more aggressive, to maybe give it a little bit of support system, but doesn't seem the case. One thing I think is going to work is probably getting Patrick that orb on towards showers. I think that's the game plan right now. That's why he's got a full shield. They're going to get him that win condition of the overdrive, and that's maybe what they're looking to play with this round.
Aggressive smokes as well, just to deny that B-long area as well. But Urutan, he's going to be trying to go on an adventure here out onto sand. Gonna find nothing here. Berserks has been doing quite a good job of just staying hidden, being very patient to catch anyone in that mid-rotation.
Esports heading back towards long. The Arc Rose is there to support them for a fight. Nade comes in. The flash is not going to attack anybody. And the fight goes to Yuratan. He's gone pretty low now. Might want to decide to switch up the weapon, but he still, of course, has the ultimate. Boom are playing this really smart. They don't want to give Yuratan anything. That's their whole point. They don't want to give Yudotan anything. They don't want to give Patrick anything because they know these ultimates could potentially make Boom lose the round. And now Poppy is very up and close personal in the smoke, and he's going to go straight down.
I'll find you. The hunt up. Gonna quickly be destroyed as there's gonna be so many members inside of Yuho. My god, Crystal for one, Udotan already back in the game, not dead yet. Finds the corner here, gonna come back alive. Also just blind sprays into the smokes, but here comes the overdrive, shut down so quickly by Shiro. Udotan weaving in and out of those smokes. Almost disgusting to see actually. Not sure they had noted the positioning of NC Slash here, playing together high-low, and it's perfectly played. Global gonna get one round ahead of Boom Esports.
Yeah, the biggest issue here for Boom Esports was the fact that they just let Showers go for free, denying that control, knowing that Patrick could get this ultimate. Even though he had no real value from it, he did enough to create the space for his team. He did enough for Yudotan to activate his not dead yet and make sure that his absolute chaos came into control with the rest of the team playing around him. Like I said, those two ultimates will be the win conditions for Global Esports in this round, and they played it perfectly. It doesn't matter how Patrick died or what Patrick did. It's about how Yudotan utilized the space that was created by the overdrive, and he did it really well.
Eyes onto Showers this time. And again, I'm liking this initiative by Global Esports to just really feed those orbs forward to the teammates just to really make these big punch ultimates happen. But this time around, Boom Esports is the one to completely take over Showers this early.
Launching smoke. Yeah, they should have done this the previous round, honestly, to deny any form of orb control. Realized this mistake and gotten the orb practically for free now. The entire cavalry right now on the A site. Patrick's been called to rotate over here. They've got the Razer mines to clear off any close corners towards U-Haul and close A short site. But how are they going to take this control? Because that wall is still there.
Thorns, Orbital Strike, there's so much going on right now. Poppy from the smokes, but Boom Esports, yeah, Famous, just completely pushing through and obliterating the defense. Instead of smokes, Yes, holding, gonna find one on benches. He's not done quite yet. Immediately rushes away, hides in the corner, but Famous is out for blood. Yes also falls to him. And from heaven, you have Crystal just trying to put in pressure. But they're doing a good job of staying alive here. Famous from triple, the rest falling down, and Crystal finally wallbangs him to death. Udotan finally reaching into the smokes itself. Taking a lot of damage, and in fact, a shot to the face by Shiro. He's flashed already. Crystal inside, all alone here, swaps the gun. It's just spraying and praying here, but he's not getting any value from it. Time is clearly not on his side, and he eventually concedes.
Yeah, saving once again. Global Esports have to concede number 3 here. Could not get enough value. Famazine doing God's work over there with that ultimate, especially taking out Kelly-S, because I think he was getting ready to deploy the Steel Garden so that they could just run into the Viper Spit and take fights as they needed, right? And that ultimate came in clutch at the right time to make sure that the Vise just could not deploy her ultimate. Otherwise, it would have been really difficult to fight in that Viper Spit.
Honestly, it's just so surprising how they just really walk through, take up that space. But this time around, it's Famous that is the one that's putting in the firepower, putting in that pressure, you know? The way he plays, the way aggressive. I mean, we talked a bit about Famous on this map right just now. But this time around, it's gonna be... What on earth is happening right now? Bitch, go! Straight to their spawn? Hello!
Okay, well that happened. Yudotan's got his eye on the remaining 3 players who are here through Hookah, so he's gotten control. He can call out to them that these guys can teleport away, but there's still one inside that elbow region. And Famazine, now he's completely disconnected from the entire map. He's gonna have a really long rotation here, covering every single angle, covering his tracks. But until that happens, Global Esports are gonna attack the A side with full force.
They can't plant default either. It's planted behind the truck. Famous spotted out by Poppy, but here comes the Steel Garden as well. Udotan shot to the head. Doesn't really matter whether or not they have the guns here. Yeah, Patrick Drew, Patrick Wu with 3 kills to his name already. Famous stuck onto heaven all alone. And Global Esports, they make this round a quick one.
Well, that was quite the round, man. How quickly they ran in through to their spawn.
Way.
One of them was stunned, and of course he jumps up and finds the other. Absolutely amazing stuff here. Patrick just making up for the 2 rounds that he tried to do some stuff on, and here it finally works. He's gonna be really happy with that.
Man, but you know who's having a great game right now? It's Crystal. He's just playing in the backside. Yeah, I mean, when you have players like Udotan, like Kelly S, like Patrick Hu, that's able to play in the front lines, giving you so much space, just do what you do best, just shoot. It's so good, honestly.
Oh, Crystal, first contact could come his way.
No more dreams. Oh, massive. Little off angle as well. This is gonna completely pop Berserk's head here. Okay, Chelsea play backside. Just wall banging it. Crystal does take a bit of damage, but not enough to take him down. Patrick, who he's thinking about swinging here. DOS9 downed, and so does NC Slasher. Famous.
Ooh.
Barely gets the spike back with his life. Buy some time with the Roomba. Of force the other members of Global Esports back, but might potentially be a re-hit here.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try and be a little bit careful. And look at that, the timing is perfect. He gets the first, and he's have to go down there. He did a good job of at least getting 1, but Global Esports stabilize instantly and don't lose more than a single player. It was an eco, of course, for Boom Esports, so not too much lost here, but not too much gained either. Now, we're looking at Global Esports to try and maybe be their aggressive self once again. They can put the aggression into more play, pressure Boom Esports as much as they can, make them feel uncomfortable as they did in the first round. But it seems unlikely by their setup at the moment. They do have Yokum playing on A, and Shower is maybe the only thing they're going to control. On the opposite end, they will have the Cypher swing by them, as Boom, right now, looking to play a bit more default and wait for some information.
Same setup for the defense for Global. I don't think they're interested in changing anything much. A lot of control onto B long as well. Still, look at how many are in showers.
I must wait a moment.
Oh, he's been spotted. They know his cam's here, so they know he's outside showers. But Boomer trying to set up a bit of informational dump towards that B site. They deployed a flash, and now that's gonna let Shiro maybe lurk in. Unfortunately for him, Kelly's got an absolute mammoth setup here. Triggers the wall, gets back. Razer Vines are gonna be activated, and that's actually a great bounce off of utility because now Kelly has to play on his aim. He's got nothing else to work with.
Pressure into the smokes as well. Shiro luckily did not get tagged here, but Boom Esports waiting for the right time, just completely burst into the sights. But Global Esports, they're aware already. They've already sent 2 more rotating over. Majority players there. Kelly S putting in the hurt, the pain, and does take Famous in down. NC Slasher is still waiting, trying to make sure no one has completely breached inside of showers as well. Kelly S all the way from heaven. Now, chip damage all around here for both teams. But it's all about finding that right timing here, and immediately Berserk goes down. NC Slasher, what are these shots? DOS9 as well. Unfortunately for Udotan, not dead yet. Doesn't really matter when you have someone like Berserk's holding on to the space of showers.
Yeah, it did really well at Berserks to make sure even if he got the second, push up, he peaked it confidently. He didn't give it up. A little bit of a miss here as to where exactly the plant was coming down from Global Esports, but NC Slasher's lurk on the inside that little Cypher cage was immense. 2 big kills, and nobody was ready for it. They were checking U-Haul at the moment. They're expecting that somebody to actually crawl in from there. But the problem that arose was that Global Esports had actually put the Nightfall there, and they got no information, so it's confusing to me why somebody would check that so late in the round, because they knew that the Nightfall went all the way towards A-Short.
Aggression all around here from A-Short. Taking down Crystal this early.
I know exactly where
Both teams doing a good job of just keeping each other back here. Just a dump of utils all around neutral. Theft activated already. And Boom Esports make a beeline for B-side. Excuse me. Smoke set up already here. Kelly S completely just running onto the area, just trying to meet his teammates. Playing these corners. Shiro just gonna play inside the smokes here. But Shiro gonna fight Urotan there. Does he know there's one more closer is the question there. Do buy some time with that molly as well here. Shiro has not been moved. This is Poppy. All he can do is just put in all that pressure inside of that area. Flash as well. Going to confirm the positions of Patrick Hu as well as his teammate. This Poppy is still being very patient, just waiting for those smokes to dissipate. All eyes onto the site already. Setups and crossfires all abound. Now you only have one more player here. Patrick Hu trying to slide forward. Survives. He's gonna try and see if he can get an exit frag. And then finally, the white flag goes up and they give a round away.
Yeah, they have to just save these weapons and let Boom get away with the 50. It's been going toe for toe so far. Boom are not giving up, you know, any part of the shop just yet. Famazine's been doing really good work in some of these rounds, and then when he is not able to, players like NT Slasher and Berserk stand up, and they're doing, honestly, God's work to make sure that, you know, Global Esports have a tough competition here, have a tough time. The call's been made from Juvenile. He needs a little bit of time to talk to his team and to just give them a little bit of instruction as to what exactly, you know, is the plan of action for the next one, maybe 2 rounds, because they do have an ultimate on Patrick. I'm kind of suspecting another aggressive round to come on the back of this Tash.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. I've just been looking at Gary. He's been scrolling through memes. I'm wondering what memes he's looking at. Anyone want to guess?
Probably the latest patch note memes. I don't know, man. Somebody getting
latest patch note memes
honestly,
is crazy.
I'm gonna tell you. One thing I really have been enjoying is Muda. You know Muda, right?
Muda? Oh my god,
Yeah.
I love Muda.
Yo, Muda, his impressions of the agents when they do the neon thing.
I mean, have you seen his neon impressions?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yo, I love Muda, dude. He's so funny.
He really is. You know, if he had Muda memes, I wouldn't be surprised. And then you play a sad song in the back and it's just like, you know what? I feel you, Muda. I feel you, man.
Yeah. Well, for now, Boom Esports on the back of that timeout themselves have gotten themselves to that B site, it seems. They've heard that wall being deployed, so the shear is going to keep them back for some time at least. They're going to go for the trigger. A deep smoke once again. Nate to come on through. And see Slasher. He's going to flash on the back of that trigger, I feel. They're going to cross it all together. That's going to be the plan. Is Global Esports ready for this?
Urotan had moved out the way. They thought they had flushed him out, but he just walked back inside. Now, they rush out and that wall goes up and immediately they put that the Razer vines there. Trying to challenge. Torrent's already up there. Arc Rose to help them down here. Urotan puts in the damage, playing so well with Kelly S. But Shiro has already breached Hookah side. Oh, timing. I'm sure Shiro had actually saw the pixel moving away here, and he's gonna try and backstab. He might here. Spots nothing.
No, they know it.
Smokes up already.
30 seconds left.
Shiro's just waiting in the smokes. This off angle might give him value. 2-3, but is Urotan to win it in the end? Urotan! Belong is his playground, and we just live here, honestly. Berserk's all alone. 13 seconds to go. 1-on-4.
10 seconds
High-low
left.
setups. Berserk is just gonna have to concede defeat. This how many rounds has Boom Esports forced to save already?
Boom, once again, in a bit of trouble on that B long side. Too much damage from the utility that was developed. And of course, it had to be Urotan once again to try and save the day. Berserks, I feel like he could have been a lot more useful if he would have pushed in with Shiro through that smoke. Could have gone together. but they were pretty far apart from each other and had no time. Final round of the first half. A bunch of ultimates could develop here again. Utaton's got his not dead yet in a 1 orb. And so does, I believe, LES. But Boom have denied control of that orb, and Famouzine's gonna eat it up for himself, as now he's got the showstopper.
Showstopper online, moving at the tail end of that Trailblazer as well. Udotan, a nice swing out, but Shiro quick to find one more to his name. But Udotan has not been moved yet, not dead yet. He's not done. He's still going for blood here, waiting patiently the smokes. He's gonna set it up, but Shiro putting in that pressure finally finds him in the end. Steel Garden gonna cause the other members of Boom Esports to completely leave, as DOS9 just completely just broken already, wallbanged to death.
Yeah, and he had the spike as well. The players who teleported away, they just did not have an idea, or maybe they just forgot that he had it. Now it's all the Berserks.
Oh my god, Berserks! Crystal here, I don't think they've spotted him out quite yet here. Kellyes is not being moved here. Good strafe. Last man standing, Kellyes! What? Oh man, I'm really impressed by the members of Global Esports' repositionings. Playing off that info so quickly. And the way they played off each other, they don't really double peek in a way that you expect them to. It's big swings. It's a reposition to main. You don't expect them to be there.
Yeah. They're just aware of everything. Global Esports right now, they're playing a perfect game so far. At least the last round, you could say. Good understanding of how to rotate, where to rotate. Once again, Patrick, he did enough to just get Utaton the 2 kills that he needed. The stun was there, but he himself has not been able to frag out the way he wants to. Whereas on the other end, Famouzine, he too is having a bit of a slow game. Duel is not up to you know, their best selves just yet, but we've known Boom Esports to be their second half esports team, so don't count them out just yet. Okay, where the hell is this guy going?
All the way to the back, to the spawn! But Shiro punishes, but at the cost of a majority of his life. Udotan, he did a double take. NC Slasher almost missed that, wins it out in the end here. Forced out of his sight already. Pops that flash as well. Shiro with only 3 HP, quickly just moved out the way as well. NC Slasher has to wait out that smoke. Global Esports, they have other things in mind. They've put themselves over in elbow. Trying to see if they can catch anyone in the midst of rotation. I think DOS9 suspects this. They got the flash already, the Arc Rose. They know he's inside there, but the members of Boom Esports just completely swarm Global Esports. And they get the round.
A really confusing strat here, in my opinion, from Global Esports. They sent Patrick all the way to their spawn, and I thought that, you know, okay, maybe this is a trick to just make him go all the way there, you know, somehow crawl his way through, and then they're gonna go B because he got in so far deep in enemy lines within just, what, 20 seconds? So instantly they twisted back their ways towards B. But the problem with that is, once they found Patrick, they realized that Global Esports are not gonna have to rotate into that B side, mostly from hookah, so they took control of B long. NC Slasher staying alive there was the biggest thing he could do. Pressure on Global Esports, funnel them into elbow, and that's all they needed to finish off the round.
He spotted out the Arc Rose, and it just pushes Shiro away from his off angle. You see Haunts, you see Smokes. It's chaos here, you can't see anything. Boom Esports patient. Jump shot forward, Kellyes answers. And NC Slasher as well does find one to his name. You can see here the slide is good. But for DOS9, he's quick to answer. Global Esports, effort playing this corner to perfection. Berserk finds one. Poppy with a classic! Gonna fight to his name. Leaving a Famous with only this outlaw to work with. There's gun upgrades too. Global Esports, they're not shy to take it. And Famous has positioned himself on the B site already. Anyone crosses, he's able to get shots upon shots. He has 2 to buy some time. Now the smoke has dissipated as well. 30 seconds to go.
One enemy remaining.
Spot. Wow! Oh my god! Famous! As expected! He puts in a damage with that outlaw, and Global Esports, they could not even retaliate.
That's kind of what I was expecting to happen as well. He had the outlaw, right? And he didn't fire any bullets. I'm pretty sure that in 2 quick successions, Famazine could just destroy them, and he did exactly that. Was confused for the first second as to where exactly they could come, maybe to a repeat of the pistol round where they, cycle through elbow and go in towards the A side. But no, he's ready for it, and 2 amazing shots there. Because even if he had missed one, I think it would have been Global Esports winning that round.
Can see the Razer Vines activated already.
They've taken to the B site. And Berserks is alone here, by the way. He's got to set up. Boom Esports pretty heavy on that A side. Committing to that read. And the orb being taken up by Crystal on B long. Berserks is going to call this out, but Boom still not interested in rotating over. Instead, they expect Global Esports to actually TP, but no, Poppy has made his way all the way back towards B. He's got all 3 smokes left, and he's got so much help along with him. Those tripwires, I'm not sure they're going to be strong enough to stop this 5-man attack.
Gunshots all around, but it's just to really show presence, if anything. Majority of the members of Boom Esports are all the way onto A here. But the tripwire does get triggered. Berserks reacts. Good to find Patrick who? He's just quickly going to reposition himself away. With that sound, the members of Boom Esports is going to quickly reposition themselves, rotating over. Berserks falls. Now Udotan, an aggressive stance here from the other side of smokes. A nice cross. A flash onto side as well, but look at that. Coming through here, Crystal sprays. Poppy good for one end. He's landed by Crystal. Kallias from one end. What a spray transfer. What a hole. Kallias is our main character this round.
I feel no empathy for them.
Great initiation there once again from the IGO. Initially, 2 players got caught here from the tripwires, and I was like, okay then, maybe not the best of scenarios to be in, but then Kallias jumps on top, takes things into his own hands, and finishes off the round. Realizes that they're just pistols, we don't need to be scared to peek them, just peek them together. Global Esports clearly have a bit of, I would say, kind of have a ick towards these eco rounds.
Yeah, but for now, we're just gonna go for a quick pause as well. Now, let's talk a little bit, Universe. What exactly is happening here? I mean, there was a bit of a lead set up by Global Esports earlier, but what is Boom Esports doing right now?
Boom Esports do have a good game plan. I feel like they're focusing a lot on the retake. They're not going aggressive on the defensive side. They're not pushing out on towards the main part of the regions where you could find Global Esports off-guarded. By the regions, I mean A short and hookah. 2 regions where Global Esports are not too keen on pushing. They just keep hollow control. They hold off 1 player there and make sure that nobody's pushing off of that place from Boom Esports. If they read into that really quickly, because so far, Global Esports have only been attacking either showers or B long, and it's been giving them the success. Because Boom Esports end up fighting them in those exact same places, and the utility dump from Global Esports is so high that you're just not able to hold off their attack. In the previous round, they had a stack on that A side, did not rotate until the very last second when Berserk said, okay, I've gotten 1 kill, now they're coming in here. That's when the rotation started to come in. So they were really committed on the fact that this is going to be an A hit. Similar reads like this, maybe 2 or 3 times could throw them into a mix, but it wasn't eco, so we're going to let that slide. I feel like Global Esports, Boom Esports right now should be taking 2 steps forward, set up Famazine with that op in good positions towards maybe A short, take an aggressive stance, get a pick, and get back out. That's going to be really good because Famazine is really good on that operator, and I feel like he's got the ability to take a pick and instantly get back out of dodge. So if they're able to put that into good use, Global Esports will be in trouble.
Honestly. Okay, this has nothing to do with what you said earlier, but I am curious about one thing. Does it actually help when you have these flashing lights and sounds when you practice?
I mean, it's the best thing they could come up with, right? To kind of simulate the onstage scenario,
the onstage
the
feel,
environment.
the lights.
Yeah, they've got a speaker in the background as well that's simulating the fan noises. Yeah, I mentioned that earlier too. They've got a speaker somewhere in the background there where they're simulating loud fan noises. desk bangs and all that stuff. So they've got sound cues in the background. There are also flashes light constantly above them, around them, just to give them the feel of how it is to be on the VCT stage. And hopefully this is going to help them gain that experience. And maybe we're going to be doing more of these as well in the future so that Global Esports can constantly keep playing, in scenarios like these where they're pressured in to just kind of hone their skills and playing as good teams.
Coming into this one, right? I love when teams actually kind of set their, doing this extra stuff. You never really think about these things when you're practicing, And I think that's also kind of the reason why, Tier 1 teams are just so different. Regardless, we're finally back into this game this time. Oh, we have lineups.
Yeah, seems like it. We're going for a set play here from Global Esports, and the Razer Ryzen are going to push them inside the shower side, and there's a reveal as well. That is brilliant, but the hold-up is great.
Oh my god! Really gotta give it to DOS9. Ballsy to be able to hold down showers that way.
He's gotten control of the spike right now, whereas Global Esports, both the players are splitting up currently.
Famous.
Which is an interesting shot. Yeah, and like I said, I called it. The operator. It was kind of obvious for them to actually set him up in good positions.
No!
No, never mind.
Oh man, DOS9 was not expecting that. He was expecting someone to come in from outside of showers. Sometimes this game gets so confusing, right? You have no clue who's attacking or defending at one point. They just walk in like it's anyone's sight. Now all eyes onto Heaven's area. A 1-on-3 here. Shiro's positioned himself all the way near the spawn. But Udo-chan, the flash comes through. It's enough info for him already. 20 seconds to go. He has a lot of time to plant. But it's a matter of trying to isolate these fights. Not going to be able to because Boom Esports react so quickly.
Yeah, a bit of a decision-making lapse there from Global Esports and a couple of really good counter utility pieces coming in from Boom. That Molotov from DOS9 was absolutely amazing. The timing of it, because the minute he put down that Molotov, only one person could get through. Who? Patrick. And the minute he slid out, he got damage from the molly and the bullets were ready for him right in the face. And on top of that, he finished off a player behind him in the smoke as well. DOS9 did not know that this kind of a hit was coming. This kind of set play. The set play was great from Global Esports. Don't mistake me on that. But the readjustment from Boom, Berserks, and DOS9 did amazingly well to destroy 3 players there together.
Wow, aggressive lineups already, and Boom Esports are completely ready for that. Breaking the utility as it went down here. Doing a good job of just reading the team. They've already taken control of B-Long as well here, but Kelly, yes. As soon as that arc throws hits, they are going to immediately react on it. Fast lane up already. And the Steel Garden goes live. GE, no follow-ups quite yet. And somehow Shiro managed to get a pick-off onto Kelly S with his snake bite. Poppy had made his way slowly into U-Haul already. The Prowler comes up here. No one is close here, and Patrick, who cannot hold on. As the members of Boom Esports find GE one by one. Udo-chan to fight Berserks. But Crystal left alone here inside showers. Gonna be spotted out by that Roomba eventually. Thought about going inside of showers, but thinks twice about it. He has a spike. He can try to pick pop-off hits. And I think for Boom Esports, they may have an idea that he may have rotated
30
off.
seconds
They've
left.
positioned themselves all the way near CT side.
Yeah, they're just going to let him play his game, play for the plant here. They don't need to give him anything. But Crystal, while he might get the plant down, he's searching for a weapon. Does have one available right next to his feet. Picks it up.
There.
10 seconds.
10
Has to go
seconds
down
left.
for the
I'll
plant
find
here.
you.
Throws in a recon just to clear off. Has a smoke to play with. And it's a 1v3.
Bam.
A lot of sprays coming through here. Anti-slasher falls, but not DOS9. Insane performance from Boom Esports.
I just want to point out, big
Yeah,
decision here from Global Esports. That Steel Garden, the minute it was popped right here, right now, it was supposed to make a fair fight for Global Esports. Then, once again, one single Molotov stopping them from even executing that. DOS9's utility has saved them 3 rounds in a row now, and Boom Esports are on a flying roll right now because of that Brimstone. One Molotov has been saving them because that Steel Garden was absolutely of no use.
Displaced already by that Prowler, Famous. Gonna have to quickly TP, but there's someone, his teammates are waiting for him. Does get tagged by that Prowler eventually. They're all on A side here. With only 2 members of Boom Esports watching over B. But these 2 players, they can put in damage. We've seen it happen before. See that Yokam forced back by that snake bite. Or you see the metal thrown out as well here. Shiro gonna fight Urotan, but Yokam to fall on the backside here. Not dead yet, alive. So it's gonna be a barbecue by DOS9 onto Yokam. DOS9 perfection. 3 members downed already. And somehow Global Esports left to only 1 player left before it just pops by Famous. 10 to Boom Esports' name, and they are making their lead bigger and bigger.
Right now, it's not Global Esports against Boom Esports. Right now, it's Global Esports. First kill DOS9, then versus Boom Esports. This guy has been a tyrant for 4 rounds in a row. He's read them perfectly. Once again, what's the win condition? His utility, his Molotovs, his ultimate, and then, of course, if you get past all of that, you've got his bullets coming your way. DOS9 is an absolute monster right now, and he's been making plays of his life so far. Global Esports have not found a single way to outmaneuver his utility pieces because they're getting out of the smoke. Yes, what was the first point of contact? Yudotan. Why? Because he hasn't not dead yet. The trade comes in, Yudotan comes back online. But what DOS9 does, he does not go for the fight first. Throws in the ultimate, causes more chaos, makes them head into difficult positions, and then proceeds to find his right fights. He's been absolutely amazing so far, and Boom have to give all the credit to him. And to be fair, I feel like he's gotten great support around the site as well. The reason why he's succeeding so well is because Boom's reads from Shiro of positioning him on showers or on B site for the last 5-6 rounds have been perfection.
I agree. I mean, I was gonna say, DOS9 was the shining player from VCLSA last season, right? All eyes were on him. And I thought that this change would kind of like make him struggle, but he seems to really thrive with this team. Bit of a quiet game the first 2 maps, but now he's online. He feels good.
Kelly S needs to set up his duelist right now. But there's a tripwire there to stop him. He's going to go through it pretty quickly. They need to break it down.
They're trying to break it, actually, yeah.
Yeah, the Showers control has been taken up by Global Esports, but nowhere else on the map have they shown any kind of presence. B is completely uncontested, and that's going to give Famazine maybe a little bit of relaxation to rotate over to the A side. That's why Boom have not moved an inch anywhere from that A side. They're feeling completely comfortable. They know that Global Esports have not shown anything on B, and they don't need to be worried right now. Even Hookah was just cleared off with a flash from NT Slasher, and that's just going to make things so much more easier for Boom.
Util does buy a bit of time, but we already have 1 member of Global already on the site. Shiro from the smokes. So is Patrick Hu. The Molly buys a bit of space for them to get the plant. Not denied at all, despite the pain shells. The amount of pressure coming through here. Famous, quick to react. Copy gets knocked down. And the other members too. Neural theft activated, and GE, their whole positions, gonna be exposed to the whole team of Boom Esports. Slasher.
Yeah.
It's gonna be massive. And it is. Good for 1. And in fact, good for the whole team even. Boom Esports, they thrive on buying this time.
11-8. Once again, it is like I mentioned, they were showing no presence on B, right? NT Slasher had control of B long completely. He threw in a flash outside of Hookah to clear that as well. This was a very, very easy round for Boom Esports because they read it perfectly. Once again, the setup of Patrick was completely only to take the control of the front site. They put down 2 smokes on the left and right of green boxes. But then what? Where are you going to go and take your fights? You're going to plant down short, but you need some picks. You need to kind of step up a little bit. You're going to spread out in an eco round. Not going to work for you. Global Esports in huge trouble right now of trying to maintain map control against their opponents, because look at where DOS9 is currently positioned. He's got showers all by himself thanks to the flash from NT Slasher. This is, I believe, PaperX had done this in VCD season, and yeah, things are just crumbling for Global Esports right now.
Scout destroyed. I don't have an answer at all on how exactly to execute. Regardless of whether it's a strong or weak side, they just can't break the defenses. With a bit more pressure, we already have the pit set up as well. Yeah, you have that space onto Octagon, you have the space onto the front of site, but can you get on is the question. They're forced off.
Now, Global Esports just looking for anything at this point, any form of information. And while all this is happening, by the way, guys, remember, DOS9 is still sitting in that TP. If that tripwire towards Shower is triggered, if that's where Global Esports decide to go, then this is going to be a problem. But it doesn't seem like it. Smokes down on site for sure. A little bit of detection coming in, and Boom Esports ready for the fight.
Still have trips. Kelly, yes, just pushes through that cage as well. Dodges the dart. Nearly TP. And they immediately get denied by the orbital strike. Our pro is set up already. GE just flies on the zone. Famous! His showstopper just finds 2 as the rest just completely swarm. And that's been the biggest problem that Global Esports is facing right now. The swarm and the collapse of the members onto the rest of Global Esports.
I'm sorry, this was one of the most amazing rounds I've seen from Shiro just yet. The call to not rotate at the last 15 seconds, hold on that B side with more members than you were at A, even though they deployed 2 smokes, a flash, a Razer right, and everything. This man has a giga brain working right now against Global Esports, and they're just getting outplayed in the mental as well as physical game. There's just no way Boom Esports were gonna let them get away with that. How clean are these reads from Shiro?
Chiku here, back side, stunned up, fast lane as well to give them the space, but immediately reacts off the util. Famous for 1 and so is Shiro, but GE, Udotan and Kelly, yes, but 1 each as well. Crystal gonna be tagged in by that trip, but this time around, there's no one to actually follow up for that. Spike, that's
আজ 12:30টার পরে জটা খুশি ম্যাচ হবে অনুবিদার একটা দুটোর ব্যাপার না জটা খুশি
Global Esports has not been able to withstand the retakes from Boom Esports here. Berserks to put in that pressure. But Global Esports this time positioning themselves onto main. 1 onto hookah as well to see if anyone would go in those flanks. Immediately the C's comes through, they move backwards. DOS9 falls. Famous only good for 1. There's still 1 more to worry about here. But with an ARC to go for a retake, it might be hard here. Playing up the util might be the way to go here, but Udotan denying any access from CT. Crystal gonna move in and out here, and finally, Global Esports get another round.
It's a difficult one as well after giving up at least 4, maybe 5 rounds today. It's towards the end of the game here. They finally get 1 back, but it's not going to be enough because they need to put up 3 more in a row to at least find something. And I believe that Boom are going to continue on making themselves available to every part of the map. Right now, Tamazine is going to travel in towards Showers, and he's going to find Crystal alongside the Brimstone swinging out, but the smoke's been deployed early on. Tripwire has been put down as well. So Showers control already in the hands of Boom Esports at the moment, as Global Esports right now playing for a bit of default, waiting for information. A site, by the way, completely has been rendered pointless by GE because nobody's watching short, not even if anybody's pushing that direction, and they're heading in as a split push in towards the B site.
Destroyed. This time around, they immediately get the scout gets destroyed already as well. Now for Udotan, gonna go for an aggressive stance here, walk up as his teammates go quickly to pivot onto the A site there. Walking up with the rest of the teammates there. Wonder if Udotan would be able to get a pick off here somehow.
stalemate. Famazine still holding up short. There is a wall there on the other side, just to hold for the flank, but first contact is to come in. This is the shot. There comes the nade and the stun, and he's gonna have to get back.
Patrick Wu just walking straight up onto the side, but Famous still has not been moved at all from U-Haul. Kelly has faults. Mr. Slash is somehow mentioned to pick. But here comes the Nightfall as well. Famous moved out the way here, and Patrick Wu from the other end, just holding down the line backside. Marching down to the side here. The C is already set up here, and the sprays are true! Patrick Wu back in the game. Aggressive as ever. Berserks to worry about here. Overdrive will be popped as well, just to buy a little bit more space. Putting in the damage, but Crystal is there, playing off his teammate. And now we hit a 10 for Global Esports.
Again, extremely hard fought here. Had to come down to the very end. A little bit of attention seeking from Patrick so that Crystal could play from the background and be the hero. But those first two kills, the C's and that slide, absolutely amazing. These two have been doing good work for the last 2 rounds. Crystal, of course, been on top of things, but it's still 10-12. Global Esports have so much work to do. The operator, by the way, still active on Famazine's hands, and Showers once again taken away. Global Esports, back they go towards B. A bit of a miss on the lineup there from Kelly S, which means B long is still open for the taking for NT Slasher.
Balls up, trips already set up here. GE has a lot to deal with right now. Steel Garden set up already. Unfortunately, one more time. He's gonna get caught by the trip and will eventually go down to the molly. That is painful! But Kelly S is there at the very least. Walls up already. NT Slasher being very patient. But 2 members of GE threw that smokes. But the same could be said about Boom Esports here. Waiting for the smokes to go. They both swing and they both fall. Dot9 putting in the damage. Kelly S at least finds one to his knee. Rendered so low here. Kelly S missed by a hairline.
GG's well played.
Finally, Crystal gets knocked down too. And now Global Esports not able to win it. And now Boom Esports will be taking the first win between these 2 Tier 1 teams of Pacific.
Global Esports tried really hard, but unfortunately that control onto elbow was just not.
জি অনুরোধ ভাই খেলবো আজ এটা একটা ওয়াচ পার্টি ছিল, ওটা করে নিতে হলো। এবার রাতে আসবো একেবারে খেলা শুরু হবে 10:30 থেকে।
Global Esports will suffer another loss in these show matches, but ladies and gentlemen, do not forget
শুরুর দিকে একটু প্র্যাকটিস হবে, তারপরে এমনি আমরা মজা টজা করা হবে। এটা ওয়াচ পার্টি ছিল খালি। By the way, don't forget to like the stream, guys. Like the stream.
This team has just been formed, right? I think compared to the core of Boom Esports, I think they're doing pretty well.
Duo try করলে হলো। আরে ভাই আমাদের 5 ম্যান ছাড়া হয় না, তুই চাপ নিতে আয় না ভাই। 5 ম্যান অসুবিধা কি আছে? আমি সারা রাত আছি, অসুবিধা
just came through from tier 2 and Boom Esports just, ascended.
জায়গা থাকলে হ্যাঁ কোনো এই 12:30টার পর থেকে মেইনলি শুরু হবে, তার আগে অবধি তো তোর ওই প্র্যাকটিস চলবে। 12:30টার পর থেকে মজা শুরু হবে, তো তখন একটু দেখে নিতে হবে।
When he previously played on the big stages of South Asia, but on map 3 it was as though he woken up and he started just really denying space and playing off the back of utility.
12:30টার পরে আর কেউ সাইড থাকে না।
Yeah, absolutely. He was an absolute menace once again with his utility. He was so
ঠিক আছে স্ট্রিম আসবে একদম স্ট্রিমে দেখা
to use his Molotov again in the last round. What happened here? It was Patrick going down to a Molotov again.
চলো
So it's been his game so far. DOS9 has had overall the most impactful series. Famazine chipping in with that operator. Like I said.
চলো guys.
Yeah, as soon as he picked up the bomb, it was over.
আজকে মানে এখনকার মতো না এতটুকুই। রাতে দেখা হচ্ছে। Love you guys. Bye bye.